The Get Up Virtual Conference 2.0 featuring Jeff Marconette Jr. will be starting in just under 2 minutes, so stay tuned. Starting in just under 2 minutes, the Get Up Virtual Conference 2.0 starting in just under 2 minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are under 1 minute to go before we get started with the Get Up Virtual Conference 2.0 featuring Jeff Marconette Jr. and hosted by Terrence Leffridge. So stay tuned. We'll be starting in less than 1 minute right here on Work From Home Network TV. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Marconette, how you doing over there, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself, Anthony?
I'm doing so good. Is your light on right now? Because I want to see your pretty face. I know you've got that pretty lighting that you have that makes you look oh so fantastic.
Sorry.
There you go. Much better. You look great. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take that banner off because guess what? The show is about to get started. You put together another event for us out here for the Get Up Virtual Conference 2.0. The first one was great. How are you feeling about today, Jeff?
Oh, I am feeling great. The lineup of speakers is just amazing, and I cannot believe the amount of people that want to come out here to help you.
And we've got some special, we have 9 speakers today, is that right?
I am not real sure.
It's pretty close. I think it's 9 or 10. Terrence is in the back room laughing at you, but yes, it's 9 or 10 speakers today. We're going to get going from 3 o'clock Eastern time, which is right now, all the way up until 5 o'clock. We got 2 hours worth of speakers. So without further ado, I'm going to go and introduce our MC for the event. Jeff put this event on. I'll be a speaker, but I'll also be fixing things in the background and making sure that we are all good to go, doing a little production work and making sure this is the smoothest, most professional event possible for Jeff, because I know that he wants to do some great stuff for people going through what has been a very long quarantine. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, our MC for today's event, Terrence.
Hey! It is an unstoppable day. Welcome to the Get Up 20 conference. Thank you so much, Anthony Russo, and our host, Jeff Marconette, the international award-winning Make Every Second Count. And should I also add the newly crowned Susan Gibson Award winner with the Black Belt Speakers, our man, Jeff Marconette Jr. Congratulations to you, Jeff. How are you?
Oh, I am fantastic. I cannot wait for this event. I'm so excited, and I'm just shaking in my shoes. You're supposed to say boots, but I don't have boots on, so.
I'm in Texas. I've got boots.
Okay, well, somebody's got the boots, so that's all that matters. So congratulations on your most recent accolade, Jeff, out of all the things that you have accomplished over the years, to be awarded the Susan Gibson Award by the Black Belt Speakers, an internationally recognized organization, just shows how you have put in great effort over the past couple of years to make every second count. And you are the epitome of showing people how if they get up, they can do great things. So we don't want to let this opportunity go by without congratulating you on that great, great award. How does that feel for you?
Yeah, honestly, getting the award was mind-boggling. I don't feel that I have really done as much as the other people that have won this award, and I never had the privilege of meeting Susan Gibson. So it's like, wow. I just honestly cannot believe it.
Well, it's well deserving. And this event just shows just how you continue to make every second count. And this is not the first event. This is 2.0, y'all. So if you missed the first event back in March, then shame on you, number one. But number two, we forgive you as long as you stick and stay, get your favorite pen, your pad, whatever utensil you use to take copious notes, because we all know here that note takers are not only personal developer champions, but they are money makers. And we're going to help you today by motivating you, by inspiring you, and by, more importantly, helping you to get up and make a difference and be the change that you need to be, so that when we get on the other side of this critical, chaotic time that we're in, you'll not only be better, but you'll be unstoppable. And to help us get started on this fabulous day, being the change that we need to be, hey, well, we got none other than the fabulous man himself, the man behind the scenes, the man who is the glue to our glue sticks, who's keeping it all together, the phenomenal production MC. Man, the accolades just go on and on, but I like to call him Tony, because Tony, you are doing the damn thing here at the Work From Home TV network, and we want to welcome you again to Get Up 20. And why don't you grace us with your message today as we kick off the Get Up 20 Conference 2.0?
Sounds great. Before I let you go, Terrence, before I have you off, the first one did phenomenal. We had over 2,000 or 2,500 views, and we've got some great speakers. We've shared it a bunch, and I think this one, I think we're going to have a ton of people watching this, and hopefully we can help people out while they're going through this time. Essentially, it's Sunday, so it's time to take them to church, right?
Absolutely. So let's take them to church.
All right.
Anthony Russo, be the change on the Get Up 20 2.0 conference. Let's get it started, Tony.
Thanks, Terrence. All right, ladies and gents, I'm going to go ahead and get the party started, get it kicked off. Tell you quickly about myself. I started a company called #BeTheChange in 2016, which was all about the concept of taking action instead of just creating awareness. We have such an opportunity as people, which we are seeing right now, to do great things to our fellow man. So I started it based on the police shooting that happened in Dallas. And what I saw was, why are we taking so much stress, and why are we putting so much undue need on us when we're blaming other people, when we have the ability to take advantage of the things and the kindness that we have as humanity and help our fellow man? So I started #BeTheChange as almost an anti-awareness, pro-action campaign and company. And I've seen it change over the years. And over that, I had to find my own voice in terms of speaking, which I'm the on-field host for all the NCAA championships, as well as major events, including spring breaks and other things like that, where I've been in front of tens of thousands of people. But I realized that I wanted to start making impact one by one by one and spreading my message. So to tell you my message and why it's important right now during this COVID-19 quote unquote crisis is, I think we are seeing how powerful we can be as individuals and as fellow men. So I started speaking specifically about my keynote, which is the Double Down strategy, just over a year and a half ago. And it's all rooted based on negativity and failure, and then spun into how to turn it into positive. And right now, a lot of people are looking at this COVID-19 situation as a negative, when in all reality, there's no reason. Well, I should stop. There is a reason to see negatives. There's people out of work. There's people going hungry. And ultimately, the positive we can find in that is the people that can help, like you or I, if you can help, can actually help our fellow man. I'm realizing that as we go out and we keep our social distancing, that we are looking at each other and realizing how much we can actually be nice to each other. I have never seen humanity this nice since probably back 9/11 in New York. I have not seen people greet each other. If the face mask is down, you see people smiling at each other. You see people happy. And I'm seeing people take opportunities that they would not have taken in the past. I just released a webinar last week, which if you stick around for the end of this, I'm going to go ahead and give a coupon code for it because I want you guys to check it out. It's all about getting unstuck. So the whole concept behind getting unstuck is important because right now we've slowly halted to a stop. And with the concept of doubling down and sort of going past our failures, we have an opportunity to create so much change in the lives around us and our lives as well. I've seen people that have started finding other ways to work, whether it's for Amazon, UPS, FedEx. My mom is actually a perfect example. She's a spiritual healer, and she has realized that there's a void for what she can do. She can help people. She does drum circles, and instead of trying to create this massive business out of it, she's trying to help people. So she offers it for free at a donation basis. And honestly, she's doing better now than she has ever, because there's more people joining and more people becoming part of the collective. As I said, you've got people being nice to each other. You also see the human spirit right now is stronger than ever. So if you're having trouble getting through your daily life and you're stuck, you have an opportunity to change that mindset. Find a way to change that mindset. If you need help, ask for it. Don't be too proud. And if you can give help, then actually do it. This is your opportunity to shine as a human being. And this is a perfect example of that capability and that opportunity that you have. So as my dad's mentality was gambling and negative, I turned that negative into a positive. Right now, find a way that you can make an impact. And you know what? If it's as simple as you don't need to find a new grind, and this is you getting to reset with your family, take advantage of that reset. Get closer to your kids. Get closer. This is the most amount of family dinners that we've had as a country in 10 years combined. And you're getting to know your kids. You're getting to know your wife. You're getting to know your family. Sometimes you're probably getting driven nuts, but at the same time, there's so many positive things to take out of it. And here's the deal. People with the positive mentality that says everything happens for a reason, guess what? They're the ones that are successful, because they're going to find the silver lining in it. Personally, I lost about $20,000 of business from this in a month and a half. And at the same time, we started working on this network with a few people. And now we're doing an event that's hopefully raising over $3 million for farm workers, because we found an opportunity. So stay positive. Remember to get up off your seat. If you're feeling stuck, I can help you. Send me a private message. Anthony Michael Russo is my Instagram handle. Trust me, I can make your day more positive. And my last thing that I'm going to tell you, because I'm going to throw this up there, I am going to be giving my webinar that just came out. It's a $20 webinar. I was going to do it for free, but I've always said to people, you feel like you have to have some skin in the game. So a whopping price of one soda, one soft drink or whatever it might be, for $1.99, you get it. That's the Bit.ly link for it. The discount code is GetUp20. So if you are part of this, 25 people, or if it needs to be more, I'll keep it going for a while. But GetUp20 is going to be it. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the comment box, and you guys are going to get the webinar for $1.99. And it's all about getting unstuck. It's short, it's powerful, and hopefully it'll help you in your daily life. And if you can't afford the $1.99, send me a message. I will give it to you for free. But I just really want to make an impact in this time where we are going through something unprecedented. Stay positive. Stop with the negativity on social media, because guess what? If you stay positive, you have the ability to change people's mindset in your life and all around you. So with that said, that's my message. Thank you for a little bit of time. Jeff, thank you for having me. Terrence, I'm going to bring you back up. Mr. Unstoppable. What's cracking?
Hey, come on, you guys. Let's give him a hand clap. That's Anthony Russo. Be the change. He's got that special gift for you. So if you are feeling stuck, and it's quite reasonable to believe that you probably are after over a month of being in quarantine. You may be stuck for so many reasons, but if you need help with getting unstuck, then you've got to reach out to Anthony. Put a DM in the comments. He'll get in contact with you, or go to the Bit.ly code that he's going to put in the comments as well and get your discount. GetUp20 is the code, and you can get it for $1.99. Now, there's a lot of things in life you can't get for $1.99 these days, but you can get what you need to get started to help you get unstuck and be the change that we all need you to be, especially in times like these. Thank you, Anthony, for those motivating messages, getting off the GetUp20 conference with a bang, with a firecracker. And I know you guys took copious notes, and just continue to do that as we welcome some of the people in. Kelly McCombs, welcome. Sean Segal, welcome. And we've got a quote. Sean put in a quote. he said when you were talking during your time, going back to the late 80s, no cars on the road, people being nice and tending to their homes. And you said it best. You know, when you look for the good in this situation, then that helps you be the change, and that helps each and every one of us be the change that we're going to need to get through this time. Would you agree?
Absolutely, 100%. And that's what I've been seeing, and it's the opportunity that we have as human beings right now, and it's calling it the great pause. So it's like in blackjack, you lose a hand, you're able to bounce right back up as long as you stay in the game. And that loss might have been there for a reason. So take this loss and then find the positive and turn it into a win.
Absolutely. You know, the good book says when one door closes, another opens. So you got to be looking for the opportunities. Hashtag turning obstacles into opportunities. Somebody put that in the comment section as we bring Jeff Marconette back up on camera and talk about, Jeff, the expectations that you have for 2.0 as we move into the rest of our day in the Get Up 20 2.0 event.
Jeff, you there?
Yeah, but
what are you doing down there, buddy?
Technical difficulties, please stand by.
Yeah. Hang tight. I think Jeff, go ahead and go in and out real quick. It seems like you might be frozen like Terrence was earlier. So we'll see you in a second. Terrence, I know we've got a bunch of speakers. I think we've got Greg Walker coming up right after you and Jeff. Dr. Christine will be on. We've got a bunch of people, so it should be a really good day. What I did forget to mention, I forgot to warn people about this mustache too. So the mustache, it's called a quarantine stash, and it not a P, but a quarantine, like a quarantine stash. So it's something that you're not allowed to always do every day. So I'm taking advantage of it. So
absolutely. And let's not forget to remind the people throughout this day, we want you to share the hashtag with your comments that you leave with us. We know we're going to hit you with a lot of information. We're going to hit you with a lot of inspiration, and any big takeaways that you have from today's event, we want you to put hashtag Get Up 20. You'll see it rolling down the screen at the bottom. Hashtag Get Up 20, and then leave us your comments, and so especially let us know where you're watching us from. Again, the first time we got over 2,500 views from all across the globe. So we definitely want to recognize you as you're coming in, getting motivated, getting educated, and making every second count in your own life to get up and make a difference in 2020.
Yep. All right, I'm going to bring Jeff up. Let's see if he's working a little better. Jeff, what's cracking?
Yes! I'm here.
Yeah,
So,
we couldn't get all the beard in the camera at first.
Yeah.
all right. Yeah,
I'm gonna go and back off for you guys and let you guys get chatting, and then go ahead, Jeff. You get started. All right, my friend.
All right, cool. Well, I just like everybody else. Unlike you, I should say, I've had some trouble getting a haircut, and luckily, you don't have to get haircuts.
Yeah. Self-care.
My expectations for this event are, I wanted to get everybody's trying to be held down by this COVID-19, and it's causing people a lot of issues, like such as people losing their jobs and losing money. The stock market took a big crash. Well, not a crash, but a huge downfall. And I just wanted to be able to support people and give them the positivity, the encouragement, the motivation, the inspiration that they can use to get up, because I don't want to see them down there. I was once in a wheelchair, and without my physical therapist's belief in me, without my parents' belief in me, without my family's belief in me, without my friends' belief in me, I wouldn't have gotten back up, and I wouldn't be where I am today. So it's my point to help other people get to where they want to get in life, because things will try to hold you back. I guarantee it.
And I think you've hit it right on the head. But one thing you did forget, out of all those other people who had belief in you, I believe it started with you. You had a belief in yourself. We've heard the story many times, and it never gets old when I hear it. But you not only had the belief that after your tragic accident that you were going to walk on your own again, you had the belief that you were going to be at some point being able to walk, run, and do all the things that you were doing before that accident. And that mindset that you carried in your situation, which could have ultimately been a victim mindset, you had the choice to stay a victim, to stay confined to the victimization that happened to you, or you had a choice to do something different. And it's very similar to what we're going through right now. Right now, we're dealing in a time that is of not our control, but we still have a choice. And that's what I want to talk about briefly in my segment of helping everybody get up 20 here with Jeff Marconette and our other cast of speakers. So if you don't mind, Jeff, can I just grace your stage for a couple of seconds and then we'll keep it moving?
Yes, it is all you, T.
All right. Thank you so very much. As you guys know, I am Terrence, the Unstoppable Coach Leffridge with Unstoppable Coaching Services, where we help you live the life you were created to live. And you know, at this time, at this critical, chaotic time that we're going through right now, many of you have probably recognized that you're not going to live the life you want to, but it's not stopping you from living the life you were created to live. And it's all about the choice. And I want to talk to you for the time that I have to be before you about the quarantine mindset. The quarantine mindset. When you look in the dictionary, the word quarantine talks about being isolated because of an incident, accident, or some type of illness where you need to be separated from the rest of the population. And that, in a nutshell, is what we are dealing with right now. We have been quarantined out of no choice of our own. It was out of our control. The silent killer has been on the lurk, and he has been scouring the earth, hitting victim after victim after victim. And it reminds me of a quote that Celine Dion has said. And the quote goes a little bit like this: life imposes things upon us that we can't control, but you still have a choice of how you're going to live through this. And I want to use that as the basics of a conversation that we're going to have today. Like Jeff became a victim at the age of 17 out of no choice of his own. He didn't decide at that moment in his life, when he was just beginning to live life, that a truck was going to come and T-bone him and spin him around many, many times and put him in a position where he was no longer able to use all the faculties that God had given him. He didn't make that choice. That choice was something that was beyond his control. And as many of you sit here today watching this live or in the replay, you are in a situation that was not your choice. I guarantee it. I'll put Vegas odds on it. It wasn't your choice. This is something that is beyond your control. And many times when things happen to us that are beyond our control, we feel like a victim. Whether it's a victim of an accident, whether it's a victim of domestic violence, whether it's a victim of abuse, whether it's a victim of job loss, whether it's victim of a lost relationship, we feel victimized, we feel violated, we feel loss of control. And even after the victimization is over, even after you've healed from the accident, even after you found another job, even after the abuser has left your situation, you can still carry a victim mentality. So as we sit here today in this current state of chaos, I don't want you to leave this situation when it passes, because I firmly believe that this too shall pass. But when the quarantine is over, I don't want you to still carry the quarantine mindset. And what is the quarantine mindset, Terrence? Well, it's that mindset that says that you're still isolated even though you can get out, because you didn't take the time while you were isolated to work on things that would help you get out and go forward. Get out, get up, and go forward once this too passes. What else is the quarantine mindset? The quarantine mindset is that in this time, you've probably lost some things. And now, after this too passes, you don't do anything to try to recapture those things, or you can't get over the feeling that all is lost and will never be regained. Or I'm here to tell you, material things can be regained as long as you make the choice to do something different. When you make the choice here in your mind first, then the rest will follow. See, you have the choice right now as you sit here to continue to live in this quarantine mindset, in this mindset of isolation, in this mindset of victimization, or you have the choice to do something different. You have the choice to not look at this as an isolation, but to look at this as an isolated event. You have the opportunity to turn this obstacle into an opportunity. Well, Coach T, how do you do that? How do you turn this obstacle into an opportunity? We're on lockdown. We're on sheltered in. We can't go anywhere. The governor of one state has done a complete lockdown of the whole state. A governor of the other state has done partial lockdowns. The president is locked down the entire country. You can't travel abroad. How can we make a difference and make a change in this day of quarantine, in this day of isolation? Well, here's what I want to say to you. You have the opportunity to do some things now that you said many, many times before you didn't have the time to do before. You have the time now to learn a new skill. You have the time now to look for a new job. You have the time now to work on your relationships. You have the time now to look for new relationships. You have the time now to read a book. You have a time now to read a book to your children. You have the time now to write that book. You have time that you didn't have before. And if you look at time as an opportunity, when you were once looking at time as an obstacle, then your quarantine mindset will allow you to turn this obstacle into an opportunity. So take the time to make every second count in this time, so that you will be better off when the time such as this passes and a new time arises for you to live your life on the next level. But it all begins here with your mindset. And then after the mindset, it takes action. Action. See, quarantine can be a noun or it can be a verb. The quarantine can be the act of being quarantined, or quarantine can also be where you are physically quarantined. So in the word action, we want to use that verb. We want to take action now to do those things that are going to ultimately move you from being stuck, like Anthony talked about, into being unstoppable. And that's what we want you to be in the quarantine. We don't want this stinking quarantine to stop anybody from living the life that they were created to live. And one way you can do it is what you're doing right now. You are actively involved in a conference that's going to stimulate you. It's going to motivate you. It's going to educate you, and it's going to move you to take some action in your own life. So take action right now, because today we're going to give you action steps. Today, we're going to introduce you to people that are going to teach you how to take action in making every second count. Today, we're going to introduce you to people that are going to allow you to take action and dream big, because we know that if you dream big, then every boy and every girl will learn how to dream big, and every boy and every girl will learn that they can win because you took action. We're going to teach you today to understand that you can build a better tomorrow than what you have today, just by taking action. We're going to show you that if you take the time now and take action in practicing some self-love, because you didn't have time to focus on yourself because of everything else you were doing, you'll recognize that it heals everything. And when you are healed, you will help others heal. We're going to help you learn today that if you take action, you're going to find out that you not only have unlimited, but you have untapped potential. And if you tap into that potential, then you will overcome any illusion that you may have in your mind that you are not enough, and that you will get rid of all these limiting beliefs, and all that you will be left with is the opportunity to transform you first. Because when you transform you, you recognize that without you, there is no you. And without you, we can't change. And without you, we can't see the change that we may need to be. And we need you to help us make every second count. And we need each and every one of you to get up right now and recognize that this quarantine mindset does not have to pass with the quarantine. After the quarantine is over, your mindset can be on track, on purpose, and you can move into the next level of your greatness, clear in what it is you need to do, who it is you need to serve, and how you can be unstoppable. But first, you've got to make a choice. And I hope the choice is to get up and go out and be unstoppable. That's my time for Terrence Leffridge, the Unstoppable Coach and Unstoppable Coaching Services. I invite you throughout this broadcast to stay tuned for all these other phenomenal speakers. But if you want to reach out and get help from going from stuck to unstoppable in your life, then you can reach out to me at Unstoppable Coaching Services, www.unstoppablecoaching.com. I want to help you to get up and live the life that you were created to live in 2020 and beyond. Let's get started. Let's get up today and go be the change that you were created to be, so that you can make every second count and win. As we bring back into the stage, my boy, Anthony Russo. How are we doing out there on the Get Up 20 conference, Anthony?
We're doing great. We've got a bunch of people backstage. Greg's backstage. Dr. Christine's backstage. We got a couple other people that are a little bit later. So we're ready to rock and roll, ready to keep the party started. I'll do one quick quote for you that I want to throw up from Sean. He definitely had a little impact in your statement and wanted to re-put it up there. So we can't control what happens in life, but we can control how we react to life. So again, great quote. And if you guys have any other quotes that you love, put them in the box, put hashtag GetUp20 in there. But with that, no further ado, you ready to introduce Mr. Greg Walker?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, this is a long ado, because this great speaker was supposed to be in our Get Up Conference 1.0 that happened last month. But as things would happen, we had to reschedule. So we are glad to have this powerhouse back in the house. And as I talked in my presentation, you know what, we want you to take action and dream big today. We want you to use this mindset in order to dream a bigger dream. And no other person will help us dream a bigger dream than the big dreamer himself, Mr. Greg Walker. He has accomplished this through changing his own mindset and becoming a successful entrepreneur, and having multi-owner businesses in 3 national franchises with over 200 taco franchises. He became the award-winning national motivator at the age of 48, completed the World Championship of Public Speaking twice in 3 years as a Toastmaster, became a millionaire at the age of 28, and retired from his day-to-day operations at the age of 39. Greg has spoken in 12 countries, 38 states over the last 4 years. And Greg believes that he can help you dream big and move to the next level of your greatness. But first, you've got to be willing to get up. And to help you get up, let's welcome to the stage our man, Mr. Greg Walker. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Greg, can you hear us?
I can hear you loud and clear, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing great. And if I was doing any better, I'd be sitting where you are. Welcome. We're so glad that you were able to be a part of the Get Up 20 conference today. How's it going with you?
Man, listen, I'm better than good, better than most, and sometimes better than that.
Oh, all right. Well, that says it all. Well, we want you to come on in and inspire us with your great message today to help our audience get up at the Get Up 20 conference. So, Greg Walker, go ahead and take it away.
Hey, thank you guys very much for inviting me on here. It's a true privilege. What I want to talk about today is getting up. You know, people call me the big dreamer, not in a good way. You know, being one of 15 children, being the only one to ever make it out of the 9th grade, with brothers locked up, sisters on the street, I wanted to accomplish big things as a kid. And people would laugh and call me a big dreamer. I would get knocked down and they say, you better stay down. But I'm telling you this, I didn't. I don't have a college degree. I graduated at the bottom of my high school class. But I do phenomenal things now. Like I coach Jim Clemens, one of 3 men that has 10 NBA rings, to coach the Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant with Phil Jackson. Where I have my own speaker academy. And Terrence left out there. I wrote my USA Today #1 best-selling book, Dream to Grow Rich, How to Dream, Grind, and Hustle Your Way to Success at age 51. And I didn't even know what a verb was 3.5 years ago when I wrote my book. But I didn't have to because I had a friend who helped me write my book. So if you don't think that you can get up, and listen, I don't like this word quarantine. Quarantine is for sick people. You are not sick. I'm not sick. So get rid of the word quarantine. Listen, I'm telling you, they can put shackles on your body, but they cannot put shackles on your mind. They cannot put shackles on your dreams. You may be in a lockdown, but your dreams are not in a lockdown. So you have to get up. As my brother, Jeff Marconette Jr., and one of my Impact Speaker Academy graduates, as he always says, you got to make every second count. I want each of you to understand this right now. Listen to this sound. Listen to this sound for a minute. Ready? Go. I want you to understand that sound. That sound is what happens when they close the lid to your coffin. That is the sound of losing. If you're in a locker room and I played football in college, when you lose a game, that's the quietness. That's the sound of death. You have to make every second count. While you're home on this lockdown, whatever you want to call it, maybe they cannot lock your dreams down. They cannot lock your mind down. So while you got this time to do things, I want you to study. I want you to read books that you never thought you would read. I want you to listen to positive people, like my big brother, my mentor, Les Brown, to Jeff Marconette, to Terrence Lethbridge, to me, to someone. You have to put yourself in the environment, right? I always taught my 32-year-old daughter, my 2 nieces, that if you take 3 trash cans and you put a gold one in the middle, it might take 1,000 years, but that gold trash can will end up looking like a trash can because the environment, who it's surrounded by. So you got to put yourself around positive things. Turn off the tell lie vision. Turn off the depressing news. Put some headphones on, watch some podcasts. Listen, we live in a world where you can learn anything on YouTube. You can Google anything, right? You don't even have to know who the 3rd president of the United States is. You can just Google. You can say, Siri, who's the 3rd president of the United States? So in this time, when they tell you that you can't go out for whatever reason, you should be learning things every single day. How did I get to where I am right now, 54 years old? Right? I wanted more. I wanted to absorb everything that I could in life. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm learning how to use StreamYard. I'm learning how to do Zoom. I get on Zoom, but I don't know how to do it. So I'm learning that. Right? I'm writing my next book, Dream, Grind, Hustle, Your 3 Keys to Success. I'm writing my book that Les Brown told me to write, called The Perfect Hire, because I've had over 10,000 employees, right? I'm doing those things now. Today, what you want tomorrow, you got to start today. Whatever you are doing tomorrow is going to get you where you want to be tomorrow. You have to ask yourself, what am I doing today? What am I doing today to get me closer to where I want to be tomorrow? Because after this thing is all over, and it will be over, because listen, nothing comes to stay. Everything comes to pass. And it will pass, right? And I know you're probably worried about the economy. I heard a lady this morning, she was crying, telling her kids, I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to lose our jobs. I'm worried about my kids. She was acting like she was going to lose, like take her life. There's a 15-year-old girl who took her life because she's listening to the negative news. I need you to get away from that. Listen, we all will fall. We will stumble. We will fail. But you know what? We will even break. We'll bend, but we won't break. I got to tell you, but we will rise. We are Americans. We are made. We are made. Let me say it again. We are Americans. We are made to walk on fire. We are made to walk on fire. Every time a storm comes, listen, the next day, the sun will come out. On the darkest days, the next morning, the sun will rise. You will rise. Listen, you were born, you beat out 400 million sperm to get here. To be where you're at, it's a 1 in 400 trillion. 400 trillion to 1 to be where you're at right now. Come on, you ain't facing those odds with this COVID-19. You have to tell yourself, I will overcome this. I'm going to be better than my best. I'm going to do things I never thought I could do. I'm telling you, we can do that. And that lady who was crying this morning that I heard talking about, she doesn't know what's going to happen. She acted like the caterpillar who thought the world was over, and then it became a butterfly. Did you hear what I said? You might be thinking the world's over because you lost your job, right? You don't have the income. You don't know what's going to happen. You're that butterfly. The world is not ending. You're about ready to break free out of that cocoon and become that butterfly. Remember, you're going to fail. You're going to fall. You're going to bend, but you're not going to break. Because as Americans, we bend, but we don't break. Tough times don't last. Tough people last. And I believe you are one of those phenomenal people. You are uniquely made. You're uniquely made. You have that skill. I need you to stop telling yourself those lies. You would never speak to a child like you speak to yourself. You would never say you don't have the opportunity. You don't have the looks. You're too small. You're too tall. You're too fat. You're too skinny. You would never speak to a child like that, but you speak to yourself. I need to tell yourself that you are beautifully made, that you are phenomenal, that God gave you a gift. Don't tell me you don't have a gift. God gave each and every one of us a gift. You just have to start believing in yourself like I believe in you, like Jeff Marconette Jr. believes you, like Terrence Lethbridge believes in you. Somebody believes in you, but we can't do it for you. You have to believe in yourself. You have to take action. Dr. King says you don't have to see the whole staircase to climb it. You just have to see one step at a time, right? But I say you can't listen, a vision or dreams means nothing without execution, taking action. You can just stare at that staircase all day long, but until you lift one of those feet to put up on that first step, you would just be staring at those stairs. I need you to take that step today. I need you to take that step of faith. I need you to leap and grow your wings on the way down. I need you to step into your possibilities. I need you to understand that right now, someone does not have the opportunity that you and I have to go chase their dreams. What are you going to do? Are you going to let someone else live your dreams and you sit on the sideline and watch them live your dreams? I'm telling you, I graduated 444th out of 444. There's people still 40 years later saying they should be doing what I'm doing. But you hear what I'm saying? You don't have to be the smartest. You just have to be the one that has the goals, the dreams. You have to be the one who say, I'm going to take action. I don't care how many times I fail. You're going to learn. And listen, asking for help is not a weakness. Asking for help is a strength. If you don't know something at your job, ask someone. If you're a business owner and you don't know what to do, how to get the PPP, the payroll protection, call someone like me, a business owner for 30 years. I will help you, but ask for help. Weak people don't ask for help. People who fail in their life do not ask for help. So I need you to ask for help in whatever you want to do. I need you to surround yourself with only positive people, right? OPM, only positive messages. OPP, only positive people. That's how you become something. I don't hang around average people. There's people in here right now to know that if you try to come up my long driveway, listen, my security system will sniff you out if you're average, if you're mediocre, because mediocre people are always at your best. And that is not you. I don't believe that you're mediocre, because if you were mediocre, you would not be on here watching all these speakers right now. You know that you have something in your life. You know that there's something more to what you're doing right now that you should be doing, that you could be doing. I believe that you have opportunities of a lifetime during this shutdown. I believe there's something in you that's going to come out of you that you're going to look back and you're going to say, I never thought I could do that, big dreamer. I never thought that was me. And you're going to look back one day and you're going to say, I wish I'd have done that 20 years. Don't believe your fears. Your fears are a lie. You have to get out of your feelings and do what you know you should do, not what you feel you should do. Right? I know that I had to go work out at the Planet Fitness before they shut down. I had an amputation. I spent almost 2.5 years in and out of hospital beds with multiple infections. So one day it was raining. I started listening to my feelings. And my feelings said, Greg, it's raining. You don't want to go in there. I said, shut up. Shut up. I'm going because I know I know what I have to do. I go with what I know, not with my feelings. And that's what I need you to do. You know you should be learning something right now. You know that you shouldn't be in that dead-end job that you hate. You've been in there 10, 15, 20 years. You know you should become that school teacher. You know you should write that best-selling book, right? I don't care how old you are, how smart you don't think you are. I'm telling you that you have a uniquely made God-given gift in you. And if you don't bring it out, then you're being selfish. If you don't bring your dreams out, you're being selfish, because I truly believe we are not here to be blessed. We are here to be a blessing. And that's why I have my Impact Speaker Academy. I named it Impact because you have to make it impact. I don't believe in motivation. I can get you to do 10 push-ups, but once I leave, will you keep doing those push-ups? I believe that you got to make it impact. And every day I need you to wake up and say, how can I make an impact on someone? And more importantly, how can I make an impact on myself? I want you to make a list and make a priority list. What's more important to you? Put the big rocks in the jar first. Take care of the most important things every day. The first thing I do when I wake up, I thank my God that I can walk on my 2 feet that I had amputation on. I thank God that I just had an eye surgery last month and I got my sight back after 2.5 months with no eyesight at all. If you want to be great, you got to be grateful every day. And most importantly, you have to be you. But please, my friend, don't fall into the lies of fear, right? Fear, listen, face everything and run, or face everything and rise. In my family life, I was the only one who faced everything and rise. And I believe that you are that person who can face everything and rise. Fear doesn't know your heart. Fear doesn't know your grit. Fear doesn't know your dreams, your grind, your hustle. Fear is a liar. You have to get out of fear. You have to get out of your feelings. Have faith over fear. Oh, ye of little faith, Jesus told Peter, right? Have faith. Have faith that you can do anything. As long as you're alive, everything's possible. And remember, if you want anything in your life, like my next best-selling book's coming out, Dream, Grind, Hustle, all you have to do is ask yourself, how big can you dream? How long can you grind? And how hard can you hustle? With those 3 tools, you can become or do whatever you want in life. So with that said, I don't have anything to tell you. If someone wants a 15, 20-minute call with me, I can teach you what I teach Jim Clemens, some of my other celebrity coaches. I'll give you a 15, 20-minute free call. Just DM me on Facebook, on Instagram. Follow me at Greg Inspires. I'll be happy. I don't have anything to sell to you today. I don't need to sell anything today. I just want to help you. I want to help you. But listen, I'm not one of those people that listens to excuses, because I have 14 siblings that use excuses all my life. They're still doing it. I'm going to push you. I'm going to pull you. I'm going to tell you why you need to shut up and just execute. So if you want that, then contact me. If you don't, just keep on strolling by. So with that, I love each and every one of you. And please remember, we are all too big to dream small. Yes, you that don't have a high school degree, you that never had a big GPA, you who had a divorce, right? You who have battled cancer for the past year, you have opportunities that you never understood you had. And I believe in you. But remember, it doesn't matter what I believe in you. It matters what you believe in yourself. With that, that's my time, I think. I don't have a timer. Just go live your dreams, baby.
I love it, love it. The big dreamer himself, Greg Walker. Give him a round of applause. Thank you so much, Greg. That was great. That was fabulous. You know what? I love that the nuggets of dream big no matter who you are. And you told us that if you're not going to dream big, shut up. And we don't want you to not dream big. We want you to get up and help us move us all along. And you did that by helping inspire us today, Greg. So thank you so much. We look forward to your book coming out real soon. And we appreciate you for being here on the Get Up 20 conference.
Thanks, brother. Have a great day.
All right, you too. All right, you guys, you heard it. Greg Walker, he just laid it down. He told you how to keep those big dreams coming. He told you not to give up, not to make any excuses. And I hope you are inspired to get up and take action. And hopefully you are ready for your next speaker as we keep this rocking and rolling. So if you're ready for your next speaker, go ahead and put in the comments, I'm ready. Put it in big bold letters. I'm ready. Hashtag Get Up 20. As we bring our next speaker to the stage, she is a phenomenal woman, and she believes in womanhood. She believes in femalehood, and she believes that every girl wins, no matter how old you are, whether you're 7 or 70. And that's what has made her a phenomenal international speaker, international award recipient, author, podcast host, world civility ambassador, and newly crowned doctor. She is none other than Dr. Christine Kozachuk, and she uses her life story about poverty, setbacks, and triumphs to impact audiences with her bold approach. She is not only an international speaker, she is a businesswoman with multiple successful businesses, and she has recently opened the Every Girls Win Institute, and she's had the Every Girls Win Day proclaimed internationally as of this year in March 13th because of all of her efforts to help inspire and educate the world to accept all women as equal, and to help women to create the life that they not only have, but the life they deserve through support, education, and guidance. And she is, with all these phenomenal things and all the credentials behind her name, she is still so down to earth because she believes that if she can help you win, then every girl wins. And if every girl wins, then every man wins by default. So she's going to come up and help us get up and learn how to win today. So let's welcome to the Get Up 20 stage, Miss Dr. Christine Kozachuk. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Christine.
Hello, Terrence. How are you?
I'm fabulous. I'm unstoppable. Now that you're here, how are you?
I'm unstoppably winning every single day. I'm just hoping my internet stays connected so I can get my message out. I've been having some trouble because there's a storm brewing in today.
Well, just like we're not going to let these current situations stop us, we're not going to let a storm stop you either. So we're going to give over the mic to you and hit us with your presentation to help us get up on the Get Up 20 conference. It's Dr. Christine Kozachuk.
Absolutely. I am so excited to be here. And thank you, Jeff, so much for, giving me this opportunity to get my message out there even more to the world. But before, I started all this, the speaking and started everything, and Jeff, he had contacted me. He says, you know what, Christine, I want you to tell your story of how you kicked butt. But for me, I never thought about it as kicking butt. I just knew it was fight for survival, and that's what I did every day. So what I want to start with at first is telling you my story and kind of how I got through it and kind of where I am today. But there was one time in my life where others tried to take my voice, and that was between the age of 13 to 18 years old. And I knew if I tried to speak up for myself, that there would be consequences for my actions of speaking up. But when I was 13 years old, I don't know if you can see this, as 13 years old, I became pregnant with my first son at the age of 13 years old, at the age of 13. And at the age of 13, I lived in a small community of around about 700 people. And through this 700 people, they told me that I would be nobody that I would be worthless, that would never amount to anything. And at the age of 14, which is this picture, I married their father. And I went on to have 2 more children with him by the time that I was 18 years old. And in between that time, between 14 to 18 years old, I was physically and mentally abused every single day. And the night that I took my voice back was the night that I was on death's doors, where he had actually abused me all day long. I had blood from head to toe. And I was laying on the couch and I said to myself, I said, God, please take me, because I can no longer live in this hell anymore. I looked over and I saw my 3 children looking at me and said, you know, screaming, please stop, please stop, please stop. God at that time gave me the strength to pick my 3 children up, to walk out that door, to never look back again. And I've never looked back again. You know, there's a quote by Eleanor Roosevelt that says, you know, a woman's like a tea bag. You never know how strong she is until you put her in hot water. You know, the night that I left, I had no clue where I was going to go, but I knew one thing, that I was in hot water. I had no clothes. I had no money. I had no transportation. I had no education. The highest education that that highest grade that I completed was the 6th grade. I had no family, because at that time we had moved to another community here in North Carolina, that, you know, that I had no family. So I had no one. But what I knew, ladies and gentlemen, that's watching today, I was a survivor, because you know why? I got up and I fought for what I wanted. And I fought for what my kids and myself deserve every single day. Every day. The first step that I did is I went back to school. I made my GED and done some college courses. And then I met my incredible husband that's laying over there, love you, honey, that I met him almost 30 years ago. And together, he and I have made an incredible life for one another. But there was choices that he and I had to make during this, because we fought for what we wanted. We fought for what our family deserved. But there's a few things that still to this day that I do, and with the choices of how I triumph, and I want to share those with you today. The first one is, there's times in life that you are going to have to throw in that towel. You're going to have to throw in that towel whether or not it's personal, or you're going to have to throw in that towel whether or not it's business. And I can get deeper into detail, but you know, we only have 8 minutes, but you're going to have to throw in the towel. The other one is R for triumph. Or there's times in life that you're going to have to reach out. You're going to have to reach out in your personal life if there's something going on, domestic violence, anything like that you need. Reach out to someone. And even in business, there's 7.8 billion people in this world. There's someone out there to reach out to help you build your business. The next one is I for intuition. Sometimes, no, I'm going to take that back. This is not sometimes, all the time. When your intuition that God above is giving you and telling you that from right for wrong is that 6th sense, which I call it, you're going to have to quieten that heart, which gets you in trouble sometimes. You're going to have to quieten that mind to really listen to the intuition in the right direction that you need to go into. The next one is unmute. You have to unmute your voice. Those that tried to mute my voice, I realized they weren't going to do that anymore. And that's why I speak. And I speak to women around the world to let them know, no matter what they've been through, they also can conquer what I went. They conquer what they're going through is exactly what I did. And I created a life that I deserve. And sometimes, just like me, I have to use my voice for those women and those girls to know that they're better than what they are, and to let people know that they're better than what they are. That's the reason I use my voice for them. The next one is M, and that's for mindset. This one is such a tough one for so many because your mindset determines whether or not you're even going to get up out of bed in the morning. You are battling your mindset every day from positive to negative. You have to get that mindset right to get up and to fight every single day for what you want and what you deserve in life. The next one is P, and that is patience. This is one of the things that I learned very early on in my 20s, to be very patient. Don't go after all the golden nuggets that everyone tells you of how you're going to build this huge business or how you're going to do this, how you're going to do that in your life. It will come to you when God is ready for it to happen, because you got lessons that you've got to learn before you go on to the next step. And the next one, the last one, is hard work. Hard work. You've got to get up every morning again, just like your mindset. Get up and fight for what you want. It's just like my husband and I. When he and I met almost 30 years ago, we struggled. We struggled hard. We had 3 children. We lived from paycheck to paycheck. We lived on minimum wage jobs. But after we married in 94, we decided we were going to start a business together. And we started a truck repair company based on both of our skills. I worked in administrative. He worked in the diesel mechanic part. So we put that together because the reason we had to is because we were living paycheck to paycheck. Our children wanted more, and we wanted more for us, and we wanted more for them. And the choices that we made, and I can remember one choice that we made for that is, and my husband and I still laugh about this. He's looking over there, yes, is he went and took $50, and that $50 meant a lot to us from paycheck to paycheck, and bought a $50 truck. And that $50 truck on our skills is what has created our business. We now we went from $0 in poverty to now we make over a 6-figure income. But it was hard work for 5 years. We worked our full-time jobs and we worked that business part-time until we were able in 2000 to go and quit our jobs, and we have been working for ourselves since. And it's still hard work. Anybody else in business knows that it is hard work. But you know what? It's worth it because we got up every day. We fought for what we wanted, and we fought for what our family deserved. But I'm also want to tell you right now of who I am, because many people told me that I would be nobody, that I was worthless, and that I would amount to nothing. But today, as Terrence had said, I am an international speaker. But first and foremost, I am a mom and I am a wife. I am an international award recipient. I am an author of 5 books, not 1, but 5 books. I own currently 3 businesses. I also had 2 at one time where I built them up and sold them. I am a World Civility Ambassador. I'm a podcast host. And just like Terrence has said, I am not just Christine Kozachuk. I am Dr. Christine Kozachuk. And those people that told this 13-year-old girl, which was me, that I will be nobody, that I was worthless, that I will amount to nothing, I'm pretty sure that I proved them wrong. This girl right here, from that time, got up, fought for what she wanted, fought for what I deserved. And what I tell people, stay tuned, because Dr. Christine Kozachuk is not done. So in closing, this is what I want to say to each one of you. If you want it, go after it, because you were born to lead your life. No one else was born to lead your life except you. So get up, fight for it, because you deserve it. Thank you so much for everything.
Let's give it up for Dr. Christine Kozacek on the Get Up 20 conference. Great, great, great job. Get up and fight for what you want. And if you do that, then not only will every girl win, every man win, but everybody will win. Christine, tell them real quickly how they can get in contact with you if they want to get any one of your books or find out more about your businesses.
You can email me at Christine@everygirlwins.com, because Mr. Unstoppable, every girl wins, and that's what I'm here to make sure of, is every girl on this earth will win. So it's Christine with a C at everygirlwins, or you can just go to our website at everygirlwins.com. It has the phone numbers, emails, and everything there.
Fabulous. Well, you guys, Christine, make sure you put that in the comments after you go off screen. But we thank you so much for helping us to get up and recognize that we've got to fight for what we want. You did it. And if you can do it, then everyone else can do it too. Thank you, Doctor. I just love saying that. Dr. Christine Kozacek on the Get Up 20 conference. All right. I told you guys, hopefully you guys got your pen and you got your paper, because you know what they say, note takers are money makers. And hopefully you are getting all these nuggets that our fabulous speakers have put together already today. And hopefully that is allowing you to build up your intestinal fortitude, is what you're going through right now. Hopefully that's helping you to build up your strength to push forward. Hopefully that is building up your desire to fight for what you want in your life right now. And if you need a little bit more help to build up that strength, that desire, and that determination needed for you to get up and be unstoppable and make every second count, well, we got you covered, because the next powerhouse that is coming to the stage is otherwise known as the Builder. And he believes that if you will and we will, then we will all win. So let's build. He is none other than Dr. Corey G. Briggs, and he is a native of the United States of America's capital, Washington, D.C. And he has over 18 years of leadership training, development, management, and entrepreneurial experience. He has served in the office of the Ambassador at Large, hear me y'all, the Ambassador at Large for the Republic of Burundi in Africa. And he was selected as the lead trainer of the Black Belt Speakers Global Training Organization, on which many of the speakers that you're going to hear from today are a part of that. But more importantly, he is dedicated to working his life with working with individuals, organizations, and countries committed to the professional and personal excellence. And he is also a committed family man. He is committed to creating a legacy for his family and for his community, and he does it for his last name. But today he's going to be doing it for you, to help you get up and build a legacy in your own family, community, and businesses, so that you can move to the next level of your greatness. So without further ado, let's welcome to the stage the Builder, Dr. Corey G. Briggs.
What's going on, Coach T? How you feeling, sir?
Man, I am unstoppable. How are you today, Corey?
Man, listen, I'm phenomenal, man. Just the fact that I'm here with you all, being able to share this opportunity, I couldn't be better. Like you said, man, just truly focusing on being unstoppable, so that we can help any and every individual that can hear us, see us, learn how to make every single second count, man.
Absolutely. Well, we thank you for the opportunity that you are going to give us today, to hear from you, to hear how we can continue to build during these chaotic times, so that we can get up and make a difference for not only the lives of ourselves, but our families and our communities. So without further ado, you've got the stage. It's Dr. Corey G. Briggs on the Get Up 20 conference.
I want to thank Anthony and the team at Work Home from Network TV. If you haven't seen that platform before, make sure you reach out, contact someone today during the conference or even after the conference. I also want to acknowledge Coach T holding it down as he always does. And my man, Jeff Marconette Jr., I mean, listen, at a time when a lot of people are finding a way to hide or run away from things, he said, look, we got to face this thing head on and really show people how they can get up and take things to another level to make every second count. And I also want to give my man another salute for him recently winning that Susan Maxine Gibson Golden Microphone Award. That is no small feat. So, Jeff, continue to keep doing the things that you're doing to impact others, man, and change the world. One thing that I can tell you that has been in sync with everybody that has spoken before me is this thing called mindset. Coach T talked about this quarantine mindset. I'm pretty sure a lot of you all have begun to do some things that you hadn't been doing before you were on lockdown, because now you're forced to do it. Don't let those things fall to the wayside. And then my man Greg said, listen, but I had to write it down. Greg said, don't put your dreams on quarantine. Don't put your dreams on quarantine. It's like when you were a small child, you thought you could be anything, could do anything, and be anybody. It's scientific studies that show when people take on a persona of a superhero, they tend to do more in their life because it's not them actually doing it. Catch that. Catch what I said. All of us at some point need to create an alter ego to help push us to be what it is we want to be in life, because that little girl and that little boy deep inside of you, it still lives. But you have a choice, like Dr. Kozaczuk said, to let that little girl or that little boy remain silent or allow them to speak out. So listen, it's time to build minds with minds like mine. So we're going to jump right on into it, because today we're going to talk about how can you get up. I get it. You're usually prepared, yet this time is unusually peculiar. It's an unprecedented epidemic. It's a unleashed propaganda going on in this world right now. Time after time again, when you plug into the news, or as Greg said, the live vision, you're allowing something else to program yourself with sometimes things that aren't completely true. Yeah, you definitely need to be safe, and you definitely need to be careful, but also be careful of what it is you do take in consciously and even subconsciously. I know right now you're used to playing. We all deserve a break. But right now while you're under pressure, it's time to do something unprecedented. It's time to do something that's unpopular, and that's get up. So like Coach T said, note takers are money makers, but I'm going to tell you, the hand is the digital recorder for the brain. So make sure you're picking up what's getting put down. They say success leaves clues, and indeed it does, but you got to be willing to pick those clues up. So what I want to share with you is something from none other than Napoleon Hill. Okay, Napoleon Hill had two bestsellers. One was Law of Success and the other was Think and Grow Rich. Now, these things were written in the 20s and the 30s. But when you start talking about powerful principles, they last the test of time. Because again, like I said, success leaves clues. These clues he wrote in the 20s and 30s. But are you willing to pick them up? I love this debate between is a motivational speaker worthwhile? If you hurt your foot, what doctor are you going to go see? The podiatrist? If you're having type of issues with your lungs, you're going to go see a pulmonologist. You're going to go see a specialist. Yes, I get it. Motivation isn't for everyone, because there's a difference between motivation and inspiration. And Greg said motivation and impact. But that inspiration, it comes from inside. Sometimes you have to hear the right voice to be able to tap into that inspiration. So while you get your pen out, I want to share with you 7 principles that came from the Law of Success and Think and Grow Rich. There's far many more principles there, but I want to encourage you, if you haven't got those books, add them to your library. They say the average American reads 1 book a year, but the average CEO reads 5 books a month. I'll let you do the math. But I want to share with you these 7 principles, okay? The first thing I'm going to say before we jump into those 7 principles, it all starts with vision. I go back to talking about when we were small children and we put so much energy into our imagination. We wanted to pretend. We wanted to play. But right now, we're still those small children. We just got longer legs. It hasn't changed. So if that dream hasn't changed, maybe the path towards it has. But if that dream hasn't changed, Keep going. And remember, it's your vision. It's not for someone else to see because God gave it to you. It's your vision. So let's jump into those 7 principles. The first one is definitive purpose. Okay, Pablo Picasso said the meaning of life is to find your purpose. But then you got to understand, you got to be able to give it away because that's the gift that God placed into you. So when you have definitive purpose, you understand the what, the why, and then you start to step into the process of how to bring that purpose to fruition. Number 2, get involved with a mastermind alliance. It is so powerful. There's scientific studies that show proof when you start to work with 1 or 2 or even 3 other individuals and you all have a like-mindedness, powerful things can happen. You also put yourself in a situation where people can give you feedback on that which is your purpose and your goal and help you improve upon it. So number 2, that mastermind alliance. Number 3 is faith. Faith. And I'm not talking about just religious or spiritually. I'm talking about applied faith. Really understanding how to double down on faith. You're driven, being driven by your attitude and self-confidence and just your overall state of mind. It goes back to mindset, what we've been talking about all afternoon. Man, I'm fired up and excited about this. Number 4, going the extra mile. Understand there's a law of compensation because whatever you put into the sowing season will determine what you get in the harvest season. Now, let's be clear. They don't happen at the same time. So stop getting so frustrated when because you sowed a seed and it didn't just sprout a large crop the next day. Don't quit. Don't give up. It's just time for you to continue to keep going. Even a great farmer, when they cast seed out into a field, they compensate for a small portion of that. That's not going to yield any return. They just do. It's a fact. But the fact of the matter is you don't stop sowing. You sow enough, you harvest enough. You sow plenty, you harvest plenty. It's the law of compensation. Number 5, a positive mental attitude. It's no doubt about it. There can be no challenge too big. There can be no challenge too large. Your dreams must be bigger than the challenge. I'm going to say that again. A positive mental attitude and your dreams must be bigger than the challenge. Because when your dreams exceed the challenge, there is no challenge too great to bring your purpose to fruition. Number 6, just a little bit of enthusiasm. I'm not enthusiastic at all. Just a little bit of enthusiasm. See, this is the key because see, your enthusiasm, it ties into the faith principle. They go hand in hand.
Hey.
But I'm telling you, with enthusiasm, it can bring you through anything. Now watch this. As I said earlier, it's your vision. It was given to you. Stop waiting for someone else to be enthusiastic about your vision. You be enthusiastic. Allow your enthusiasm and your positivity about what your purpose is to be infectious. I guarantee you they'll catch it quicker than the world has caught this coronavirus. Trust me. Number 7, and the last principle that I want to share with you today is self-discipline. Control your thoughts. One's ability to control your thoughts allows you then to control your needs and control your desires. It doesn't mean that you won't ever have any negative thoughts. It doesn't mean that you won't ever get frustrated. It doesn't mean that you ever won't get upset. Just be able to put those thoughts in their proper perspective because it's just a lump in the process. Listen, you're going to either win or you're going to learn. You can never lose. Just remove the L and then you can see that you can earn. Again, I'm going to say that again. You can either win or learn, but you can never lose. And when you remove the L, all you can do is earn. So like we said from the outset, get up, get up. Understand you are untouched property. You have an unchallenged place in this world. You have a unique purpose. And each of you all listening and watching right now, even watching the recording of this broadcast, you have unlimited potential. So it's time to do something unprecedented. And I challenge you, be great on purpose. And if you will, I will, we will. Let's build. You can find me every Wednesday, either on Facebook or YouTube and even Instagram for Will Wednesdays. What does Will stand for? It stands for Why I Live Life. It doesn't have anything to do with the day of the week, just what I think, feel, and speak. Wednesdays, WINS days, because we all have the ability to win every day. Let's build.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Give it up for Dr. Corey G. Briggs. The doctor has given you the antidote to help you get up and win on the Get Up 20 conference.
Yes,
Thank you, Dr. Corey. Those 7 steps, man, I was writing them down, but that last one you just hit us with, you just knocked me out the park. You don't win or lose, you win or learn. And if you drop the L, then you'll learn. You took the time to listen to what Dr. Corey was saying today, then I'm sure you're going to learn some things that's going to help you earn some things after we get through this time, because this too shall pass. Hey, Dr. Corey, I appreciate you, man. I will, because I know you will. Let's build. All right.
Let's build.
All right, that's Dr. Corey G. Briggs, the builder, in the house on the Get Up 20 conference as we bring my boy Tony Russo back up onto the screen. We want to get some of the comments because I know they were coming hot and heavy with all the phenomenal speakers that we've had so far. Right, Tony?
Yes, sir. There's been some good stuff. So going back to Greg Walker, we had the hashtag Believe in Yourself. That was fantastic. Greg had a bunch of really great quotes that people were copying in the chat box. You're about to become a butterfly. We are cocooned.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is a message from Ken right here. I like that one. You would never speak to a child the way you speak to yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's really important for us to understand as you are in isolation. We're probably spending a lot of time talking to ourselves during this time. And you gotta recognize, how would you speak to your children? How would you speak to someone you're mentoring? How would you speak to someone that is worse off than maybe you are in isolation right now? And if you change the focus from the pity party that some people I'm sure are going to, into how you can help somebody else get through what they're going through, then we're all going to be able to get up a lot faster and be the change that we need to be in this time. Any other great comments you got out there?
Well, based on exactly what you just said, what you're doing today is going to get you to tomorrow. So have that mindset, obviously. And last thing, because Sean he likes to drop some nuggets in there. This is a great quote he put in. Yeah. Excuses are the tools of the weak and incompetent, used to build moments of nothingness. And those who specialize in them are seldom capable of anything greater. Jim Miranda. So great quote.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And these quotes are going to help you get up, because recognize you can use this time. It's your choice. Like we said earlier, you can use your time to continue to feed your mind like you're doing right now by watching this conference, or you can use your time to do nothing. The choice is yours. But like Greg said, think about what you can do today that's going to affect your tomorrow. And if you start thinking that way, then I guarantee you you're going to be motivated to get up and continue to move into your greatness.
Absolutely.
I love it. Thank you.
And what you could do today is keep commenting to be a part of this, so we can engage and respond. So Terrence, I think we got a couple more speakers coming up. The floor is yours. Absolutely. Introduce them, get the party started, keep the party going. All
right. Thank you, Tony. And remember, you guys, you can continue to comment. Make sure you just go to the comment section, and whatever your comment is, put in hashtag Get Up 20 as we move on in the halfway point of the Get Up 20 conference. Is this good stuff, or is this good stuff? If you think what you've heard today is good stuff, go ahead and put in good stuff, hashtag Get Up 20. That's what we want to see. Good stuff, hashtag 20 in the comment section. And we're going to keep it rocking and rolling. And as the builder was talking about, one of the things he said is self-discipline. You've got to put some self-discipline into this thing if you want to have something better on the other side. But along with self-discipline, hopefully you are using this time to heal self too. You see, because I think a lot of people might have already been hurt and broken even before the quarantine happened. And now is an opportunity to take time for self and spend time with self and do some self-healing so that you can become self-disciplined, self-aware, and go out and be a better self after this too passes. And none better than our next speaker to help us talk a little bit about healing self and empowering self for the time that is to come than our next speaker. She is none other than the multi-dimensional entrepreneur herself, Fasana Patel. And she is an empowerment coach, CEO, speaker, and author. And her mission is to educate the world about her core message: self-love heals all. Ain't that the truth? When we learn to truly, deeply love ourselves wholly and completely, we begin to show up authentically. She's a thought leader and expert in positive psychology, mindset, and human potential. And her formal education and experience includes holistic nutrition, sociology, philosophy, energy medicine, neurolinguistic programming, and hypnotherapy. And today she's going to speak with us just a little bit to help us get up and recognize that love heals all and that self-love is the best love. So welcome to the Get Up 20 stage. Our next speaker, Fasana Patel. Mic check, mic check.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach T. Your energy, I just have to say, is the bomb.com. You are amazing. And it is such a pleasure and privilege to be here with all of you. So thank you for the invite.
Thank you. And it's a pleasure to meet you in person. I know you are doing great things out there in the world to help people get up and use their positive energy to heal themselves and then heal others in the process. So we love that you took time out of your Sunday afternoon to spend with the Get Up audience. The stage is yours. Bless us with your wisdom. This is Fasana Patel.
Thank you, Terrence. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here with us today. You know, it's interesting. My business is in such momentum these days. I've actually been kind of sacrificing certain habits or routines in my life that I typically would never do. And my energy is starting to look a little different. And I'm one of those people, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there like me, if you're an empath, if you know you need to respect your energy, boy, I am putting in the work right now. I am making the sacrifice right now, like so many other positive thought leaders out there, because we are identifying and seeing the need of the positive mindset, energy work that needs to take place for our world to heal. You know, everybody is talking about COVID-19 through their own lenses, through their own perspectives, but really and truly, what is happening with us right now is a blessing. And I pray that in the next 5 or so minutes, I'm going to share some perspective with you as to why that is. See, what's really interesting is that I have a very interesting hybrid type of background. I am a sociologist, but I'm also a potentialist. So when you put those two things together, the first thing that was coming to me to really share with you about every single one of the beautiful souls that blessed us on this conference and on this panel today is this. Let's dissect a little bit, right? Let's take a look at their mindset. Let's take a look at their habits and how they choose to show up. Because whether or not you were an entrepreneur going into COVID-19, here's a little divine reminder and reality check for you. Each and every one of us is being pushed to the test of understanding what entrepreneurial life is like. Why? No more jobs to go into. Schedules that we have to discipline ourselves to really invest our time and energy into what we choose to build and create now. Guys, look, all of us are being called to a higher level of leadership in our lives. You were born with a divine purpose. You're not here by accident. So many of the other brilliant minds who bless this virtual stage today have all said the same thing. There's power within you. There's unlimited power that may be untapped within you right now. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, what are we doing during this time and space to empower ourselves to experience that next level growth? And that's a question we all have to ask ourselves, regardless of whether you're an audience member, of someone listening to all of us speak to you on the panel, or whether you're someone on the panel themselves, ourselves, myself, right? Every single day, we have the gift of choice. Everyone talks about mindset in their own beautiful, unique way. And I love it because you know what? My speech might empower someone, let's say a young woman somewhere in the world, more so than someone else, and vice versa. But the reality is that everyone on this panel goes through struggle, goes through challenge, goes through adversity. Just this morning, I hopped on Facebook Live and I wanted to just vulnerably and from the heart share a little bit of behind the scenes in my life and in my journey. I woke up this morning, I had a terrible dream. How many of you are having dreams these days that are just more intense, let's say, than they usually are? It's because of all the energy that's happening right now and all of the fear and all of the panic that our brothers and sisters all around the world, AKA every human being, is experiencing, right? And so I woke up this morning, I had this terrible dream that myself and my family, we got into this crazy fight. And I woke up as if it was real. You know, those dreams that feel like they've happened in real life, even though you know they haven't. I was angry. I was frustrated. I was just so upset waking up today. And I knew I had to show up here for all of you, for myself, to live in my purpose, to show up as the leader that I know God divinely designed me to be. And so what did I do? Well, let's talk about your vibration for a second. When you decide to get up, as we're saying in this conference, what you got to focus on is empowering yourself to becoming a better version of yourself. And you can do that right here and right now. When you're looking to increase your vibration, thinking better quality thoughts, having better quality experiences based on those thoughts, nourishing your body and your temple with better quality foods, nutrients, superfoods, vitamins, more water, less refined carbs, less sugars, less sodas, less toxic foods, right? What else can we do? We can raise our vibration by surrounding ourselves with like-minded, growth-minded, positive people. Honestly speaking, I've only met one person on this panel before today. Yet I'm sitting here taking notes of my own because all great leaders are lifelong learners. And for whomever out there needs to hear this right now, the reason why I'm deciding to brand myself globally at this point to teach you that self-love heals all is because it doesn't matter what your external circumstances look like or feel like in this very moment. What matters is that you have the gifts of being able to leverage your beautiful mind, of being able to understand why you're truly here on this earth, so that you can, in fact, do something different and make different choices today so that your tomorrow looks that much brighter and that much better. What are you doing different now compared to what your schedule was like before? Ask yourself these questions because life is so much more beautiful being empowered from inside out versus how many of you can relate to my story, being depressed, overweight, emotionally eating, victimizing myself, wondering why, asking God why he was punishing me and why life wasn't fair. It took me 17 years to really learn how my mind and my body work as systems to really align myself. This is a blessing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have all the time in the world right now. You have the time to ask yourself and look around in your life. What's happening other than COVID-19? What is happening in your health, in your relationships, with your business that you can really make changes so that you can manifest and create a different, better quality, higher vibrational reality? There is so much that we can do right here, right now. I want to leave you with this. I don't know how much time I got left on here, but I want to leave you with this. My latest passion project is really teaming up with like-minded, growth-minded, conscious leaders around the world to get our message out on a wider scale, on a global scale, in fact. And I am so incredibly blessed. I thank God every single day for the beautiful people and leaders that I get to call my partners, because now is really the time. You know, I said thank you so much to the people that are responsible for putting this together, because really and truly, people like myself, people like every single one of Christine and Corey and Terrence and Jeff and every single person that we've had the blessing of hearing, we're saving lives in this very moment, because every one of us have taken years to develop the mastery in our different unique expertise. Whereas someone like yourself who's sitting at home watching this online may not have started that journey or leadership yet, but may our words and our spirit really touch you and inspire you to step your game up, because it really is the time to get up right here and right now. There's no better time. We've never experienced anything like this. And it's almost like God and the universe did send us all to our rooms so we could think about what we've done. Because right now, what's happening on our planet is the earth is healing. Wildlife is coming back to nature. The water is clearer. The air is cleaner. There's less pollutants and toxins in the world, in the atmosphere. So you really have to choose moving forward while we're experiencing quarantine, or solitude, as I like to put it, while we're experiencing COVID-19 and even after. I highly recommend choose. Do you want to be a victim in each and every moment, or do you want to be the empowered version of you that was meant to leave legacy, that was meant to create positive change and impact here on the planet? If you're someone who's looking to get your message out, to really touch the world, to really spread your experience, your knowledge, your expertise, reach out to me. You can see my handle here. It's just my name. I'm pretty sure I'm the only Fasana Patel on the planet. So I really encourage you, reach out. Guys, when you deal with a coach, like any of the individuals that have blessed this call, it usually costs hundreds, if not thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars to work with us. But something is changing within us right now. Now, we're still running our businesses. We're still providing our coaching services, of course. But at the end of the day, something is happening where God is speaking to us and really using us as vessels to really stand up. And like I said, get to that next level of leadership within ourselves so that we can come together and really unify and create oneness to really share our messages with every single soul on the planet. You have gifts and power within you. So my question to each and every one of you is, what are you going to do different moving forward after hearing this conference today than you typically were doing before? And Coach T's joining me on stage, which means that my time is up. Thank you, sir, so much for the opportunity.
No, absolutely. Fasana Patel dropping great nuggets on the Get Up 20 conference. We thank you so much for your positive energy. And I love how you left us off. What are you going to do in this moment? I mean, you said, do you want to be a victim, or do you want to be the empowered version of yourself? That's a great stuff. And that's a great attitude to take from this event. Get up and be the empowered version of yourself because of people like you, Fasana Patel, and your wonderful energy. How can they reach out to you? Is there a website, email that they can get in contact with you if they want to have a deeper relationship?
You know what, ladies and gentlemen, reach out on social media. I'm literally like glued to my desk these days because there's just so many people that are starting to understand all of this. So Fasana Patel, again, I'm the only person with that name on the planet. You will find me and my big smile in my photo on any platform you look at, whether it's Instagram or Facebook. Messenger are usually the best platforms for me at this time.
Well, thank you so much for bringing us your beautiful smile and your beautiful message here on the Get Up 20 conference. Let's give it up again for Fasana Patel. Yes. Thank you so much, the Get Up 20 conference, as we bring back our host with the most, the international make every second count speaker, Jeff Marconette. What's going on, Jeff?
What's up, everybody? I hope you're enjoying today. I know I sure am. But I just wanted to come back here for a quick minute or two with you. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. You see, I was in a car wreck. You might know that, you might not. But here it is. If you can see that picture, I was hit by a semi and I was knocked unconscious right away. I actually spent 2.5 months in a coma, 3.5 in the hospital. I had a broken neck, a broken jaw, 2 fractured ribs, a punctured lung, and a ruptured spleen. And I also had what they consider a traumatic brain injury. Now, a coma isn't what like you see on TV. You don't just wake up one day and be like, hey, I want a pizza. It's not like that at all. It's a very slow process, and it has taken me a lot of time to get to where I am now. Sorry, let me move my camera. But I am here right now. I am standing, and I just wanted to tell you this. Look, if a semi can hit me and not stop me from helping other people, if my life can almost be taken and it not stop me from helping other people, then a dang virus isn't going to stop you from getting up and living your best life. Look, you have to make every second count. Why? Because you never know when those seconds are going to run out on your one life. So don't let your seconds run out before you die.
That is such a profound message from our host, the man himself, Jeff Marconette. Jeff, so how do you feel the second part, the 2.0 conference is going so far? What do you think about these amazing speakers that you've assembled?
Well, I'm absolutely loving it. And you can notice that I'm not sitting down right now.
Yes.
I'm pumped up.
Absolutely.
I'm getting up. all these speakers are just helping me want to just experience life, to make the most out of my life, to live my best life, and they're making me want to make every second count even more than I already do.
I love it. And you know what? Because you get up, and you are the leader of this thing, we just gonna vibe. We all gonna get up. We're gonna get up. And if you are watching us right now, wherever you are, whether you're at home, whether you're in your car, whether you're outside, just get up for a second. Get up. Don't take for granted that you have the ability to get up. 17 years ago, Jeff didn't think he'd ever be able to get up again, but he's getting up. Wherever you are, just get up. Yes, clap your hands. Yes, do whatever it is. Shake it off. Get up. Because if you can get up right now, then you can get up tomorrow. And if you can get up tomorrow, you can get up the next day. And if you can get up the next day, then you can get up and get your life right. You can get up and get a family right. You can get up and get your plan right. So you can get up and get your business right. But first, you got to do like Jeff just did, and you got to get up.
Get up.
Yeah.
Thank you. And as you get up, you can go back and sit back down, because we want you to continue to take these notes, because we know that note takers are money makers. We want you to recognize, just like Jeff said, he got up and now he recognized that he had so much untapped, unlimited potential inside of him that he just wanted to continue to let out. And he knew he couldn't let that out unless he took the first step of getting up out of that hospital bed, getting up out of that wheelchair, getting up off those crutches. And now each and every day, he's making every day count, making every second count, because he knows he continues to have untapped, unlimited potential. And Jeff, our next speaker, knows a little bit about working on your untapped, unlimited potential. He is what I call the melodic motivation of mastery. He has such a melodic voice that if there are any ladies watching right now, you might just swoon once he starts talking. But we want you to stay with us, stay with us, stay with us, because he also has a message. But he is none other than my dear friend, Shamir Mallard. And Shamir is out of the Rio Grande Valley in Texas, and he has his own company. He works in medical supplies, but he is also a motivational speaker, and he is here to let you know that you are full of untapped, unlimited potential. And he's going to help you get up today and recognize that if you tap in to that unlimited, untapped potential, then you're going to be well on your way to making every second count in your life. And yes, 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 and yes, you will be unstoppable. So let's welcome to the stage, without further ado, my friend, Mr. Shamir Mallard.
Hey, Terrence, how you doing, my man?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Oh, fantastic. What a phenomenal day it is, and what a phenomenal year it is.
Absolutely. Welcome to the Get Up 20 conference. Tell them a little bit about yourself, and then go on in and bless us with your pearls of wisdom about how we can tap into our unlimited, untapped potential.
Fantastic. Well, my name is Shamir Mallard, and I'm a corporate trainer, coach, and I have a medical device business. I've been in the medical field for a very long time. And first and foremost, what an amazing conference this is. And I would like to thank you, Terrence, for doing such a great job in putting this together. And Anthony, I'd like to thank you as well for putting this together. And most importantly, I'd like to thank Jeff, the Get Up specialist, for putting this on as well. So there's been so many great speakers that have come forth today. And I want to share, I wasn't frozen, but I want to express to you that a lot of people, they've been frozen in their life, and they have allowed certain circumstances from their past to hold them down. They've allowed the situations from their childhood. They've allowed the things that have been said to them to hold them back and to keep them down. But this is a Get Up conference, and we are all getting up today. If you've been down and out, you've been frustrated, maybe because something that was said to you from your past, maybe because of the COVID, maybe you've been infected by this virus, maybe someone that you love has been affected by this virus. I want to inform you and to assure you that as long as you have oxygen in your lungs and you have blood rushing through your veins, you have an opportunity to come back from a setback. And Jeff is one individual that has expressed to us and has shown us pictures and shared his story with us on how he was able to get up after having his jaw broken and his back broken and going through surgeries, timeless surgeries and physical therapy. He was able to do it as well. And before I was a businessman, before I was able to speak overseas with some great speakers from around the world, before I was able to share the stage with great speakers such as Ruben Weston, Terrence Lethbridge, and Corey Briggs, before I was able to share the stage with one of the most powerful speakers, Les Brown, before I was able to do those things, before I was able to impact individuals from the stage, I was not able to get up. I grew up in Houston, Texas. I grew up in a home that was non-communicative. I grew up in a home that was not filled with very much love. I don't know if you're like me, but I grew up in a home where I would eat in my bedroom all by myself, and I felt lonely from time to time. You see, I grew up where I was going to school and I was in these remedial classes, and remedial classes, they're basically the classes where people say that, hey, those kids over there in those remedial classes, they're not smart, they're dumb. And I remember going out to the bus after school and hiding my books because I was so afraid for people making fun of me. You see, we've all been through some things. We all have a story to tell. And I know you're listening to me right now and you've been through some things and you have a story to tell. I also remember being molested at a very tender age of 12. And I remember also having a telephone dad. I remember there were times my father would call me and he would say, "Hey, Duke, have your bags packed." See, Duke is my nickname. My grandmother could not pronounce my name when I was born. So she says, Shamir is too hard. I'm just going to go ahead and call him Duke because of John Wayne. So my father would call me from time to time and say, "I'm going to come pick you up." And I get so excited. I was elated. I would tell all my friends that my father's going to come pick me up. Maybe we're going to the movies. Maybe we're going to the mall. Maybe we are just going to go have a lot of fun. I have no idea, but I'm spending time with my dad. And then that Friday would come and he would call me, "Duke." I said, "Yes, Dad. Something came up. I can't pick you up." "Okay, Dad." And he says, "Duke, I'll come pick you up next Friday." And I got excited. I said, "Okay, great, Dad." So that week that occurred and I would go to school and I'm excited. It's on Wednesday. I'm going to tell my friends once again, my dad is going to pick me up. Last Friday, something happened, but this Friday, he is going to pick me up. That Friday comes and he says, "Duke," as he calls me. "Yes, Dad. I can't come pick you up this Friday, but I'm going to come next Friday." I said, "Okay, great, great, great." So the next Friday comes. And that same week, I'm excited. I'm elated. I'm talking to all my friends. I'm telling them, "Man, I cannot wait. I'm going to go and spend time with my father." And then he calls me that third Friday. Says, "Duke." I said, "Yes, Dad." He says, "Something came up. I can't pick you up." I remember that moment. I got the phone. I looked at the phone. I got so upset and I cussed him out. And I threw the phone as hard as I could against the wall. And I ran into my room and I cried myself to sleep. Why am I sharing that with you? Because this is a Get Up, a success conference, correct? Well, I want to inform you something. Miles Monroe says that you can't heal what hurts you until you stop bleeding on those that didn't even cut you. So if you have been beaten down by life, if people have said things to you, if you have been abused in all types of ways, I want to tell you the first step, the very first step to success is allowing yourself to go through the healing process, allowing yourself not to forget, but to forgive and push forward, to forgive and fight forward, because everything you're seeking, as Les Brown says, is seeking you. But in order to achieve, in order to grab on the things that are tangible, you have to forgive and you have to fight forward, because every single day is a battle. Every single day is a fight. So I had to forgive. That is the first step. The second step that I had to forget to do is I had to get to the point in my life where I was simply sick and tired of being sick and tired. You see, a lot of people in life, they're not sick and tired yet. That's why they keep doing the same thing that they've always done, and they're receiving the same result that they've always received. And they're still in the same spot that they've always been. I'm reminded of this story of this man walking down the street. And as he's walking down the street, he looks over to his left and he sees another man and his dog sitting on the porch. And as he's approaching the house, he notices that this dog is howling. This dog is, "Arr, arr," is just howling. And he walks over to the man and he says, "Sir, I have to ask you this question. Why is your dog howling?" And the man responded and he says, "Because he's sitting on a nail." And the gentleman that asked the question said, "Why does he not get off?" And he said, "Because it doesn't hurt bad enough." And I want to express to you is that, could it be you aren't where you should be because you've made excuses because of your past? Could it be you aren't where you should be is because the pain is not bad enough for you to get to the point to where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired? Could it be that you have not written that book yet because you don't think you're worthy? Could it be that you have not stepped on stage yet because you don't think you're worthy? Could it be you haven't opened that company yet because you don't think you have the aptitude and the attitude to achieve greatness? Could it be that you've allowed the toxicity within your mind to hold you back? See, I've been in countless and countless of surgeries. And I remember I was in this one surgery. It was a cystectomy, an ovarian cystectomy. And the doctor told me, "Shamir, we have to remove, using your device, we're going to remove every bit of this persists, because if we don't remove it, it will grow back and come back even worse. And I believe that there's toxicities that are within our minds, and if we don't allow ourselves to remove them, we will stay where we are. Psychologists have said that we experience up to 40 to 50,000 thoughts per day. And some of these thoughts pertain to our past. Some of these thoughts pertain to our present. And some of these thoughts pertain to who we can become. And many people don't become who they can become because they are toxic mentally. So I want to ask you the question, what do you think about all day long? Because whatever it is you think about, that one thing, that's who you're going to become. And the second thing I want to inform you, as time is running out, is that there are relational goals you must have if you want to achieve greatness. I call it extreme relational equity. You become who you hang around with. Two birds of the same feather flock together. MIT did a study that you make within $2,000 to $4,000 of your closest friends. So what kind of relationships do you hold on to? What kind of relationships do you hold on to that you need to delete and cut out? And what kind of relationships do you hold on to that you see that is profitable equity, that you want to increase those relationships? And number two is perseverance. You have to have extreme perseverance. Extreme perseverance is basically what Jeff has done with his life. He has not allowed himself to make excuses. He's only allowed himself to create results, because you either have excuses or you have results. And another thing I want to inform you is, I give you stretch goals, is that you have to have extreme discipline. I have a girls basketball team, and they sometimes complain about the tedious drills that we have to go through. And there's times in my life in business that I complain in my mind, like I really don't feel like doing it. But I want to express to you that champions are made when they do things they don't feel like doing it, and they do it anyway. Because people who give up, they find ways to give up. But people who don't give up, they find ways to persevere and push through, and they stay up countless of hours. They have bags underneath their eyes, and they don't make any excuses. They just find a way. Lastly, I want to express to you that if you want to achieve anything, if there's something in your life that you want bad enough, you have to fight for it, work day and night for it. And you have to ask yourself a couple of things. Number one, what's your why behind it? Simon Sinek, he wrote this book that said, start with why. So what is that why that you have in your life? Number two, regarding implementation, what is your what? What are you going to do? And number three, how are you going to do it? And number four is understanding that you must have a professional and you must have a personal reason for doing what you are doing. There's so many things I could share with you. But number one, I want to express to you, out of everything that I've said, is that the only person that can truly stop you is you. That's the only one that can really stop you. The person that you're staring at within the mirror is your worst enemy or your best friend. My name is Shamir Mallard, once again, and I'm letting you know that you have unlimited, untapped potential inside of you. Not because I say so, but because I know so.
Wow, wow, wow. There is the golden voice, the melodic motivational master himself, Shamir Mallard. Give him a round of applause on the Get Up 20.
8 minutes goes by so fast, man. It goes by so fast.
Hey, man, you brought the heat. How can they get in contact with you if they want to get more information about your speaking events, your coaching programs? How can they reach out to you?
Absolutely. At Shamir Speaks, as listed on the screen, through Instagram and through Facebook. Via email is info@shamirmallard.com. CHISMEREMALLARD.com. And I kind of be a little bold from time to time because my phone is used for family and serious people. So I'm going to give you my phone number. My phone number is 956-984-9729.
All right.
There's programs available. I'm not here to sell anything to you. I'm here to love on everyone that is listening to this call, and we can build together. As my brother Corey Briggs says, let's build. Well, let's build together and make this country amazing.
Yes, we're in this all together.
It's
Let's build together.
a worldwide thing. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. It's a global thing. And we thank you for continuing to show us how to tap into our unlimited, untapped potential. So Shamir's going to put that information in the chat, and we'll make sure we get that information on the screen. Shamir speaks on all social media. You can also email him, and he's putting his number out there for you. So you have no reason not to get up and take action to get your unlimited, untapped potential. Thank you, Shamir. We appreciate you. That is Shamir Mallard on the Get Up 20 show, the Get Up 20 conference. I hope you guys are getting all this great information. And if this is good for you, here's what I want you to do. If you are enjoying all the speakers so far, I want you to put a 5 in the comment. Put a 5 in the comment. Hashtag Get Up 20. So that lets us know that you have enjoyed all the speakers that have come before us. And we're not done yet, y'all. We got more. We got more. We got more. I don't want you to have any illusions that this is over, because we are bringing you some more heat. And by the way, we're bringing you someone who knows a little bit about illusions. He's an illusionist as well as a motivational speaker. He is none other than our next guest, Ken Hartley. He's an inspirational singer, an accomplished inspirational speaker, an accomplished singer, a skilled actor, a published author, a gifted teacher, and a transformation agent. And boy, do we need some transformation right now. As an inspirational speaker, he has shared the stage with the likes of Rudy Giuliani, Colin Powell, James Smith, Zig Ziglar, Mike Huckabee, and Dr. John C. Maxwell. He's been on TV networks like Fox, ABC, NBC, CBS, and TBN. And for over the last 30 years, he has had full-time experience with various mega churches across the U.S. to bring those skills, plus his training and leadership and communication, to organizations as a transformation agent to affect change and help individuals and organizations grow into who they are supposed to be. And he's sharing a little bit of time with us today to help you grow in who you are supposed to be, despite the challenges you may face in a time like these. So welcome to the virtual stage, the Get Up 20 conference stage, Mr. Ken Hartley. Mic check, mic check. Can you hear us, Ken?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can hear you loud and clear. Welcome to the Get Up 20 conference, my friend.
Oh, it's great to be here with you, Terrence. And also, Anthony, thanks for all the hard work behind the scenes. And of course, Jeff, thank you for the invitation. I'm thrilled to be here with you guys.
Well, we are thrilled to have you here. Make no illusions about that. We know that you have some poignant and some much needed information and wisdom to share with our audience today. So the stage is yours. This is Ken Hartley.
Thank you very much. And I'm glad you're watching this today. And I hope this adds some value to you. I know right now the world feels like it's pretty mixed up right now. Actually, I brought one thing that I'm going to show you guys. I'll hold it up this way, and most of you recognize that's a Rubik's Cube that's pretty much represents what our world looks like today. It's something that's mixed up, it's twisted, it's turned around, and hopefully in the next few minutes, we're going to be able to bring a little bit of that to a pause and try to put a little bit of this back together for us. That's what I want to do in the next few minutes that I have with you. Try to get this all together, and let's make a little bit of sense out of it. First of all, what I want you to realize is what we're seeing and what is being reported is not actually what is happening. And no, I'm not talking politically. No, I'm not talking about the news. I'm talking about what we're actually looking at, because most of the time we fixate on something that is not real. We fixate what our eyes tell us to be true, but in reality, it's not the truth. It's actually an illusion, just like you saw. What we're really seeing is a reset of our lives. And I believe it's a gift. And I know one of our previous speakers said it's a gift that we've been given right now. And I agree, it is a gift. There's a general rule of success. When you see everybody going one direction, you need to go the opposite way. When everybody's running in panic and fear, you need to keep your head. When everybody is selling off stocks, you need to buy. When all the housing thing plunges, that's when you need to buy a house. When the housing prices are up, that's when you need to sell. This is just basic 101 things. But now with what we're dealing with the coronavirus, everybody being at home, it's so many people are looking at this as a negative, but it's not a negative. It's actually a very positive thing for you and for your life. Just some basic things that I've noticed during the coronavirus, just about myself. Certain things that people thought mattered, they're finding out right now really do not matter at all. People are reevaluating their priorities and their dreams. They have time to actually sit and do that. But then the people who have said, you know what, I don't really have time to do that, are finding out that time was really not their problem in the first place. It's about setting priorities and actually acting on that. There are people who think right now their most valuable asset is their money. And I'll say this, I understand, and I'm not trying to be insensitive at all to people who are going through financial struggles. It's a very real thing for a lot of people today. But I would submit to you that money is not your most valuable asset. Your most valuable asset is your time. You can always get more money, but you can never get more time. And what has happened right now, the reality of what's happened in front of all of us, is we have been given a block of time, everybody, to reevaluate. You know, recent Gallup poll said that 88% of people in the workforce hate their job. 88%. Do you think this is a perfect time for people to reset their life and say, you know what, I'm reevaluating what I'm doing. I'm not going to stick with what I've been doing. I'm going to branch out in a new direction. This is the time I'm going to start that side hustle that I'm going to work. I'm going to work full-time on my job, but I'm going to work part-time on my fortune. That's what Jim Rohn said. It's a perfect time for us to do this. Because listen, by the time opportunity comes knocking on your door, it's too late. People say, well, I missed that opportunity. No, you didn't miss an opportunity. Nobody misses an opportunity. The opportunity just goes to somebody else. And I'm going to tell you who it goes to. It goes to the people who are prepared. It's what you do right now. It was Harvey Mackay who said, dig your well before you're thirsty. I think that's great. Dig your well before you're thirsty. You know, I was talking with a guy yesterday who's a master gardener, and he was saying the best time of year to plant a tree is in between August to October. That's the time to put the seed in the ground. The best time to plant flowers is in late fall through the early spring. What does that mean? Every one of those seeds we've planted are going to go through a winter. Every one of them. And you know, when a seed goes into the ground, before it grows, it actually dies. That seed has to die. Right now is a perfect time to ask yourself, what inside me? What are the things that I have held so dear that I've been spending all my time and all my focus on that need to die? These are things in my life that need to go away. I thought they mattered, but they don't. I'm going to talk to you just very quickly in the next few minutes about having a winter mentality. A winter mentality. Now is the time to plant the seed. Now is the time to lay the foundation. When everybody else is inside, they're shivering and saying, I don't want to do anything. This is the time you have a different mindset. You're going to go out. You're going to plant the seed. And when the time comes for the harvest, you're going to be ready. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about is very quickly the law of the harvest. This principle is a biblical principle. It's a scientific principle. So whether you believe in God or don't believe in God doesn't matter. This principle works in your life. I'm a person of faith, but it doesn't matter whether you are or not. This principle works. Here's the law of the harvest. It's three things. It's very simple. I hope you'll write them down. The first one is this. You reap what you sow. You reap exactly what you sow. You do not plant tomato seeds and get cucumbers. It does not happen. You plant tomato seeds, and you're going to get tomatoes later on. So the question is, what are you currently sowing into your life? Greg Walker talked about this. It was powerful. Are you sowing news into your life? Constant negativity flowing in there? Because I'll just be honest, I turned the news off 5 years ago. I've never regretted that decision because it's a constant negative flow. There's things all over social media right now that are constant negative things. You need to eliminate those things from your life. Get rid of those things. Are you binge watching a TV show right now? Okay. I'm not saying don't take time to rest. I'm not saying don't take time to reflect, but my goodness, take the majority of time to pour into your life. Get books, read books, go to conferences like you're going to right here. Go deeper, go deeper. I was in Germany with a friend of mine. While we were there, we were going through a vineyard, and we were looking at some of the vines that the grapes were growing on that were going to make the wine, and they looked sickly. And my friend said, you ought to water that. And the vine dresser looked and said, no, You don't water it. If you water it, you get bad wine because the roots don't go deep. The vine must suffer. Right now, I realize this is a time for some people, they feel like they're suffering, but this is not a time of suffering. That's what it looks like. The real truth is the roots are going to go deeper. You reap what you sow. The second thing is you reap after you sow. You don't go to a fast food place, eat a hamburger, and gain 40 pounds. It doesn't work that way. Wow, I kind of wish it did, because if it did, a lot of fast food places would be out of business. You also don't go jogging one day and lose 40 pounds the next day. That's not how it works. Our lives are literally the compounded total of our daily decisions and habits. That's what it is. It takes time. Champions are made in the off season. It's what they do in the gym. It was Muhammad Ali who said the fight is won or lost far away from the witnesses. It's behind the lines, in the gym, there on the road, long before I dance under those lights. It's the work we're doing now. My friend, we have been given an off season, a winter to sow. You reap what you sow. You reap after you sow. And the third thing and the last thing is you reap more than you sow. Decisions that you make compound. They compound. They don't just add, they multiply. It's no different than this dollar bill. You can see the ONE there, and you can see George Washington there, and you can see my hands are empty here. It's no different than looking at this. By the way, my hands are empty. You'll want to remember that in a second. You don't want that dollar bill just to add. You don't want your life just to add. You want your life to multiply. You want it to get bigger and better than it's ever been. That's what you're looking for, my friend. So what do you do? What do you do? Here it is, and I'm done. I want you to take one thing. It says on average 45 days to create a new habit. Listen, all of us are stuck for at least 15 more days. Every one of us. You can begin now to create a new habit. What one habit would impact your life and make a huge difference in your life and move you towards your dreams and your goals? Do it. Do it. Step out. You can do it. You can step out and do it. It is time to cultivate below the ground. Be like a bamboo tree. A bamboo tree, when the seed is planted, does not see anything above the ground. There's no sprout, no nothing for the first, the second, the third, and the fourth year. Nothing. But in the fifth year, it shoots through the ground 80 feet in 6 weeks. 80 feet in 6 weeks. Everybody looks and says it grew 80 feet in 6 weeks, but no, it didn't. It was what was cultivated below the ground that made the difference. My friend, we are in the winter right now. We're in the pause right now. Cultivate your seed below the ground right now. Pour into yourself. Pour into your family. Pour into your dreams. And you're going to see a harvest. You're going to reap what you sow. You're going to reap after you sow. And you're going to reap more than you sow. 2020 is going to resume. The pause button will come off. Things are going to be different. But that's okay. Different is good. The truth is, you're going to be different. You're going to be brand new because you sowed in the middle of wintertime. Thanks.
And oh man, was that magic or was that magic? Mr. Ken Hartley, I think you just wowed the audience when you turned that dollar bill into $100 bill, and you can just pass it to the screen to me, and then that will be cultivating a seed in my life. Thank you so much. You know what? If you guys enjoyed this, put in the hashtag cultivate the seeds. Cultivate the seeds, hashtag GetUp20. That was a powerful, majestic message that you gave us, Ken. Now, if they want to get more information or if they want to see more of what you do virtually as well as when this passes out and about, how can they get in contact with you?
www.hartleyleadership, just like the hashtag there, hartleyleadership.com, or they can email me directly at ken@hartleyleadership.com, or the handle in there is from my Instagram, and my Twitter is just @Ken Hartley. I'd love to hear from them.
I love it. That's Ken Hartley. Make sure you put all that information in the comments, and then we will get it up on the screen. One other thing you said that just really made so much sense in a time like this: build your well before you get thirsty. And I think that is really apropos to what we're saying right now. We're telling you to get up and make a difference. Get up and start building those things that are going to make a difference for when we get past this, because we will get through this together with the likes of the compounded totality genius himself. That's the name I'm giving you now, Ken. Mr. Ken Hartley. Thank you so much, sir.
Great to be here. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. As we continue with the Get Up 20 conference, man, come on, y'all. Now, how many of y'all, be honest, raise your hand in the comments. Put a 6 in the comment if you loved that trick where he turned $1 into $100. Dollar bill, y'all. Man, now imagine if you could do that in your own life. Imagine if you took this time right now and took one ideal and you worked on it. You see how he worked it in his hands. It didn't just happen magically. He did some work first. Imagine if you worked on one ideal right now while you had this time to cultivate the seed of that ideal. And now imagine at some point in the future that one ideal that you planted today, how it turns into a crop of $100 bills later on. If Ken can do it, guess what? You can do it too. But it all starts with you. And what are you going to do today to get up and make a difference in your life so that you will have a better tomorrow? It begins with you, and it starts with you, and it ends with you. But in order for you to get the motivation and the determination and the desire to get up in your own life, you've got to be willing to transform you. So you're going to have to be willing to get rid of some of that stinking thinking that you might be walking around with right now. Some of that stinking thinking that took you into this time of COVID-19, and some of that stinking thinking that is still permeating inside of you, maybe because of COVID-19. Before you can take that one ideal, you've got to learn how to transform you so that you can transform the world. And we've got somebody who's on the case, who can take care of that business for you, who can motivate you to learn how to transform yourself so that you can transform your world. He believes that it all begins with transforming your mind. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about the great author and speaker himself, Delvecchio Riser, who is going to be coming to bless you. He has over 15 years of training experience inside of Fortune 500 companies all across the globe. He is a father of 3 daughters, and he has made sacrifices necessary to transform his own life. And he's got a message that if you pay attention and you take copious notes, I guarantee you it's going to transform you too. So welcome, get up, and welcome to the Get Up 20 conference, Mr. Delvecchio Riser. Mic check, mic.
Boy. How's
He
it
is in
going?
the house. Unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
Hey, can you hear me fine?
Yes, we can hear you now. How are you, sir?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm doing great. I'm blessed right now. Blessed. It is a wonderful conference. I'm inspired and motivated. I don't even know what to say right now, because the lineup that you've all had has truly went into a number of different topics that everyone in life faces. And it's showing you one key thing: no matter what you go through, no matter what you've experienced, that you can get past it and move forward being successful in what that you want to do.
Absolutely. Well, we know you've got a great message that's going to help us transform our minds so that we get motivated to get up. So the stage is yours. This is Delvecchio Riser.
Great. Oi, everyone. Oi. Now, I'm going to start it off with Jeff. Thank you for inviting me on to go over what oi means to me on the inside of my life. Terrence and Anthony, thank you for the platform that you're providing for everyone. This is a wonderful opportunity, and I know that it's blessing everyone's life that get to listen to it nationwide, worldwide. First, I want to explain what does oi letters, O-Y-E, that means a lot. Overcome your excuses. Before I even go into it, I want to lay down a foundation of what I mean by that, because all too often when we hear other people speaking and we hear other people giving us this push that we can do so much, we tend to forget that these are normal people also. We look at them like, how can you compare your life to mine? Because I feel like I'm going through so much more. But it's oftentimes that you don't realize that you never know what's going on behind the smile that somebody's presenting on a virtual conference, standing on the stage, teaching in school, or even up your groceries. You never know what they're experiencing. So I want to lay my foundation down by explaining the beginning of my 2020. At the beginning of my 2020, of course, going from 2019 over to 2020, everyone had the thought process of what your 2020 vision was going to be. And for just a moment before I go forward, think back to 2019 in December, what you thought your 2020 was going to be like. And almost everyone, I guarantee you that it is completely different than what you thought you were going to experience and what you thought you were going to go through. My 2020 vision was to expand business in multiple directions, to start another, motivating people inside of their businesses from behind the scenes. But at the beginning of my 2020, my mother actually went into the hospital for heart failure. One of the toughest times of my life, because this is the most influential person on the inside of my life, was literally on life support at the beginning of January. And at that moment, the first thing that seeps in is to stop doing everything, stop focusing on everything, because what's more important to you? Your mother's in the hospital or all the other things that are going on. But I remember my mother always taught me to never let things stop you of what you're going through. And you also have to be able to maintain what you're building, because if you can't, your life will often fall apart. Right after my mother got off life support, I was so excited because God spared my mother and she's still healing and getting better to this day, but she's actually able to keep moving forward. I didn't hear her not once in the hospital give one excuse on anything throughout her entire life. At that same point in time, at the beginning of January, right when I thought things were going to get better, I then blinked, and in the blink of an eye, my right eye couldn't see a section of my eye. It was just a lash in my eye or something that was going to be easy to move. So I waited 2 days before I realized whatever's going on isn't going anywhere. Then I went to the eye doctor to find out that the vecchiorizer, your eye, is actually becoming detached. I had a detached retina. And he sent me from the eye doctor to a specialist because they told me that I had to have surgery at that moment. And if I didn't get it done, it could get worse and I could go blind. And all these thoughts rushed through my mind on what do I do, because I can present this excuse on why I need to stop everything on the inside of my life because too many things are going on and my mother isn't even fully healed. So what do I do? And I went over to the specialist to find out more, that I also had holes on the inside of my eyes that were leaking in some type of fluid that could cause me to go blind in both eyes. In the blink of an eye, all of these things went on. And the one thing that I always sit back and focus on is my mother says, no matter what you're going through, you have to be able to take the pain and keep your life. No matter what's going on, you have to be able to take the pain and keep building. And then on top of everything else, we have COVID going on at this point in time. And as I keep moving forward and I keep doing the different things that I do, it makes it easy to understand 5 different things that I actually focus on all the time that keeps me moving. And these are things that have been instilled inside of me that I want to provide to you to focus on, because they're often what helps you focus on overcoming your excuses. The very first thing for you to focus on is to put God and what you value most first, because failure often begins looking or being convinced to look in the wrong direction for too long. Everyone goes through something that's going to be a distraction, but you can't let your distraction stop you from what it is that you need to accomplish on the inside of your life. What you put first can drive you towards or further away from every goal that you and your family wants you to accomplish. Number 2, often look at others to truly need to self-motivate more. We often rely on others to inspire us and to motivate us, but the danger in only using others is often revealed in those dark moments when it's just you alone by yourself. You are your fuel, not others. Others are simply the octane boosters that help motivate you and inspire you to move forward despite feeling like your gas tank is on E. Number 3, plan what you can. Then move forward, working things out as you go. Because when you can't think, you still need to move forward. But you can't move forward so fast that you get at some point think. The danger in only doing one is often found out when most people ask you, how did you get from where you were to where you're going to? In the middle is a complete blur. And it's because we often only focus on the start and the ending, when the middle is what we teach people to get past. And the more you focus on the middle by paying attention and then moving forward, and then paying attention a little bit more and then moving forward and setting out your plan as you go, the further you go, the smoother it becomes, and the more you can teach people to avoid the pitfalls that they might often find that are similar in their own path. No one's a break. We often push ourselves too hard and we don't know when to stop. So we definitely have to know when to break. But just like the name of this conference, we also have to know when to get back up. If you forget when to get back up and you stay on your break for too long, failure sneaks up on you when you're breaking for too long. Think about the spy movies that we love watching. Something valuable can be stolen or broken during when you're on break or when you look away. Just like the magic trick that we just seen, in the blink of your eye, like that, something change. And not plan for too long, because oftentimes when you do, you're going to end up trapping yourself somewhere that you don't want to be, that's prolonging you for getting to your success. Number 5, and the last thing, possibly one of the most important things, know who to trust. I hear this all the time. My circle is so small, it's starting to be just me. Well, understand this. When it comes to knowing who to trust, start your circle small, but build it larger with people that you trust and that trust you back. The people that you trust will often give you hard news that you thought you couldn't bear, and also or through those situations at the same time. Then during your prolonged situation of trying to figure out how to move forward, when to stop, when to break, when to keep going, and am I truly going in the right direction? Those people that you trust and that trust you will be there at the same time. I heard this before in between a Fortune 500 company that flew me out to California. They literally said, in between everything else that was going on, and I'm trying to make sure that I don't say this the wrong way so that it's drilled in properly, that it's lonely at the top. And I never under top, you have your success or whatever it is that you feel a success for you. Why is it lonely at the top? And it was because you built a process with people that you couldn't trust, or you built a process around people that didn't trust you. Then in the end, when it comes down to enjoying everything that you built, it goes away. And the reason why is because you never built it around people that trusted you and that you could trust. Don't keep your circle small. Start your circle small and grow it and build it around people that you trust. The last thing that I want to leave you with is success is different. Advice is truly like a custom fitted suit. It's not just something that you can go to JCPenney's or Men's Warehouse or any other store and buy and just throw it on for everyone. When it comes down to your life and where you're at and what needs to move you forward to help you to get up, you need to make sure you're reaching out to people that can custom fit the advice they give to you in your life. Because at that point in time, no matter what excuse, no matter what pain, and no matter what you're going through, you'll be able to make it through, because you're the fuel and they help you boost yourself just like an octane booster, and to see your way off. So, overcome your excuses. Why? Because you're the most important person on the inside of your life, leading everyone that's looking up to you to get to the destinations. And you are the example, showing them that you can make it there just like anyone else can. Thank you.
Oi! Everybody say oi!
Oi!
Absolutely. Overcome your excuses, from the words of Del Vecchio Riser here on the Get Up 20 conference. Thank you so much, my brother. That was inspiring. And I mean, I got a page and a half of notes just off that 8 minutes. It was powerful. And I love how you talk about the focus. And I love how you said success is like a custom fit suit. And for the ladies who are watching this, it's like a custom made gown. You know, when it fits you just right in all the right places, you not only look good, but you feel good. But sometimes when you buy stuff off the rack, you walk out, even before you put it on, you walk out dissatisfied because you know it's not tailor-made to your body. It's not tailor-made to your situation. And that's how we need to look at success while we're in this time of isolation. Now you have the time to focus on getting that custom fit plan that only you can wear and only you can make best. And you get the opportunity to transform your life, transform your situation, and transform your circumstances and make something out of your life that is custom fit for you. I love it. Del Vecchio, how can they get in contact with you if they want to have a deeper conversation with you, want to be a part of your coaching, or want to bring you in to help them transform their minds as well as their life? All right, so we've got a little bit of time delay, so we're going to make sure that Del Vecchio puts that information in the comments, and we'll get it out to you. Give it up again for Del Vecchio Riser on the Get Up 20. Yes. Thank you so much, Del Vecchio Riser on the Get Up 20 show, as we bring back our cast and characters. The host of the Get Up 20 conference, Jeff Marconette, and our behind the scenes guru, Anthony Russo. Guys, that's a wrap. We hit it. I think we got up and we knocked it out the park. What do you guys think?
What do you think, Jeff?
I think we did a dang good job, son.
I feel like Jeff's about to go on a date right now. He's like, I gotta go date somebody from 6 feet away. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be great.
Jeff he's getting up to make every second count. That's what he's doing. Jeff,
I'm going over yonder, and we're getting our workout on, boys.
So before you run out, Jeff, tell them how they can get in contact with you. You've done 2 great events, and I know it just gets greater later working with you, Jeff. How can they get in contact with you if they want to collaborate with you, if they want to hear more about your story, or even if they want to get some of your upcoming coaching programs?
The easiest way to get in touch with me is on Facebook at Jeff Marconette Jr. Or you can see down there at the bottom my handle on Instagram. Yeah, I had a brain fart there for a minute, but no biggie. And then also you can join in and watch my show every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where I hold a solution-oriented program trying to help you figure out why it's important for you to make every second count in your one life.
I love it. That is Jeff Marconette. Anthony Russo, as we are closing it up real quick, any final thoughts from you about how the day went? And again, give them the opportunity to get that free gift from you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Today was awesome. There was some super powerful speakers. I am a sucker for magic, so Ken was great. I love seeing the cube and the $1 to 100. The messages today were so well done. They were polished. They somehow managed to get an hour's worth of information in 10 minutes. And I really hope that people can take something from it in this time where they're going to take the messages they heard, be positive, whether they watched it live or whether they're going to watch it on replay. I'm going to keep sharing this. Ultimately, all the messages that you heard can be encompassed in the concept of positivity and the fact that you have the opportunity to set your destiny, set your goal, and what you're going to do from here. So again, with me, with hashtag Be the Change, just be the change you want to see, not only in the world, but in yourself. You have that power. And again, I'll thank you for that, Terrence. I'm going to throw my webinar post up. It just launched last week, and you guys get $18 off it. It's usually $20. It'll be $1.99. So I'll go ahead and put that in the box as well. You guys are awesome. I'm going to throw Terrence's information up while he gives his C'est La Vie as well. Thank you for having me, Jeff. Always a pleasure. Terrence, I'm going to throw your info up. What's cracking? How are you going to end?
All right. You know what? This was a powerful event, and hopefully you guys got out of this what we said we'd give you at the beginning. We were going to motivate you. We were going to inspire you, educate you, but more importantly, we were going to move you to get up and make a difference in your life. Like we said all along, it's time out for you to be down in life because of COVID-19. It's time out for the pity party. You have the opportunity right now to transform your life. You have heard that you have unlimited, untapped potential. You have heard that not only every girl wins, but every man wins and everybody wins. You have heard that if you build it, that you can be the change that you need to be. You have heard that self-love and all love heals all. And you have heard that if you make every second count, that you can make the difference in what's happening in your life right now. But the common denominator in all of that is you. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to get up and do something right now. Whether it's you get up and you go get the free gift that Anthony is putting out there, whether you get up and you contact one of these phenomenal speakers that you heard today and have a closer relationship with them and take part in all the fabulous things that they're doing beyond today, or whether you get up and see, well, you know what? Jeff put on this great event. Anthony produced this great event. Terrence hosted this great event. Maybe I can do an event myself. Maybe I have what it takes to create my own event, and all I need is a little bit of guidance and a little bit of coaching. Well, at Unstoppable Coaching Services, we have a program that helps you to create your own event, whether it's a show like this, an online show, whether it's a podcast, or whether once we get past this time of isolation, whether you want to do an event live. We can help you through that process. So here's what I want you to do. If that's you, I want you to text the word unstoppable, and you see it on the screen. We don't spell it the average way because we don't believe in being average. It's UNSTO1P ABLE. Text the word unstoppable to 773-550-0313, and we'll give you a complimentary call on how we can help you create your own event so that you can get up, get out, and get your message out to the masses so that you can be the change and make every second count, just like Jeff did. And if you do that and you pay attention to what we gave you today, I guarantee you'll go from being stuck to being unstoppable. So on behalf of Jeff Marconette Jr. and Anthony Russo, I'm Terrence, the Unstoppable Coach Leffridge with Unstoppable Coaching Services. This has been the Get Up 22.0 conference. Wherever you are in the world today, just make it a great day. Go out and make it an unstoppable day. Take care.
Thank you, everybody.